What's good, Josh? Getting Hardaway, Southern T. I know I'm on a little early today, a lot early, a lot earlier than I normally go. But let's get it. I expect it to be a slow day today. I'm on extra early. I got a little something to do later, so got to go and get into it.
I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. They know they boss. Real chain gold and they ice it. They know they floss. They know they floss. Big rims in they windows and they better be cautious. Better be cautious. Few my friends do some crosses. They know they lost. They know they lost. I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. They know they boss. Real chain gold and they ice it. They know they floss. They know they floss. Big rims in they windows and they better be cautious. Better be cautious. Few of my friends do some crosses. They know they lost. They know they lost. If it's so real, it ain't cost me none. If it's so fake and exhausting, there's some real snakes, be cautious. Cut your grass low off his options. Hustle so hard, ain't no stopping. If you got a payment, say to yourself, no more things in the garbage.
What's good, Isaiah? You let you slide through, Isaiah.
Every day, you know that he put it in their face. I know it's hard, but you gotta wait. Talking my best, say it to my face. When your ex got it like no straight,
Show, Isaiah.
stay up in your place. I got that you no fault. Think I feel like I ain't lost it. You wanna be check on cost, don't be so better you lost it. I got that you no fault. Think I feel like I ain't lost it. You wanna be check on cost, don't be so better you lost it. You need to stay out my way, out of my lane, better be cautious. I try to stay in my place, make I wait, now I ain't stopping. I stop rapping, quit thinking. Just move my bitch and I mean it. Fake ass bitches, shit from me. Stop it, you really don't mean it. I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. They know they boss. Real chains gold and they ice it. They know they floss. They know they floss. Big rims in their windows and they better be cautious. Better be cautious. Few of my friends do some crosses. They know they lost. They know they lost. I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. They know they boss. Real chain gold and they ice it. They know they floss. They know they floss. Big rims in their windows and they better be cautious. Better be cautious. Few of my friends do some crosses. They know they lost. They know they
I'm bring my
lost.
camera phone, y'all. We finna get into it. About to play one more song. You finna bring that done up. For sure, for sure.
Get high. What's that you get fly? Get high. Get fly. Get high. Get fly. Get high. Get fly. All I wanna do is get fly. Smoke good trees and get high. Ride around the city with a big night. So my bitch gon' TikTok. All I wanna do is get fly. Smoke good trees and get high. Ride around the city with a big night. Ice on my wrist gon' TikTok. All I wanna do is get fly. Smoke good trees and get high. Ride around the city with a big night. Ice on my wrist gon' TikTok. All I wanna do is get fly. Smoke good trees and get high. Ride around the city with a big night. Ice on my wrist gon' TikTok. Off a new drug, take a snapshot. Fresh bird, keys straight up at the box. Drinking up some Henny, took another shot. So now we get it, turn it overnight. Drinking some lemonade just for the chase. Just a little sip, baby, not a lie. Really, I don't even need a little chaser. Fuck it, I'ma go take another shot. Pre-game, homegirl, gotta say pre-game. Really, I minds on the same thing. Getting drunk, high, yelling out, gang, gang. Pre-game, pre-game. Homegirl, gotta say pre-game. Really, I minds on the same thing. Getting drunk, high, getting out, gang, gang. Wherever we going, we keep some fresh that you overflowing. Got our own bag, we put ourselves on. No way to the top, you know that we going. Keep going, no stress, oh I hate it. Some if it really ain't got your paper. Straight to the top, you know we can't save them. Don't blame them. Get fly. All I wanna do is get fly. Smoke good trees and get high. Ride around the city with a big night. My bitch gon' TikTok. All I wanna do is get fly. Smoke good trees and get high. Ride around the city with a big night. Ice on my wrist gon' TikTok. All I wanna do is get fly. Smoke good trees and get high. Ride around the city with a big night. Broke days, had to go out there and get paid. I had enough of the salt dropping. Now that I'm up, they would never hate. I was a fool like a criminal. I would not let on my worst day. I had enough of the fake love. Now you can go the other way. I had enough of the broke days. Had to go out there and get paid. I had enough of the salt dropping. Now that I'm up, they would never hate. I was a fool like a criminal. I would not let on my worst day. I had enough of the fake love. Now you can go the other way. Enough is enough and I'm fed up. I wanna rap, you can't talk to me. Can't tell me keep my head up. Bitch ain't pop, don't talk to me. You sad, talking it right way. Know what they doing, they want some. But I ain't got a penny and I'm having pennies. So work harder, you might just have some. You talking so fast with your loose lip. You don't like real, this the last one. People bring us some past, bitches some present. Ain't so extra. Man, it's really just sad. You call me your friend, but friend I ain't mixed up. I got some shooters so vest up. You touch me, this shit gon' be extra. I had enough of the gossip and lies. You hoes and niggas play sides. And I despise no new friends. They like look you dead in your eyes. Remember the ones who was there by my side and never changed what they look bad. I got you forever and never. And the part you played is special. I had enough of the broke days. Had to go out there and get paid. I had enough of the sound dropping. Now that I'm up, they would never hate. I was a fool like a criminal. I would not let on my worst day. I had enough of the fake love. Now you can go the other way. I had enough of the broke days. Had to go out there and get paid. I had enough of the sound dropping. Now that I'm up, they would never hate. I was a fool like a criminal. I would not let on my worst day. I had enough of the fake love. Now you can go the other way.
All right, I'm about to get the intro played, then we're going to start the show. Last time.
I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. Real chain gold and they ice it. They know they floss. Big real winning windows in it. Better be cautious. Few my friends who bosses. They know they lost. I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. Real chain gold and they ice it. They know they floss. Big real winning windows in it. Better be cautious. Few my friends who bosses. They know they lost. Keep it so really than cost me. If it's so freaking exhausted, let the real snakes be cautious. Cut your grass low off his options. Hustle so hard, ain't no stopping. If you got a penny, think to yourself, put some more things in the garbage. I got this shit in my pocket. See some slick things in here every day. You know that he put it in their face. I know it's hard, but you gotta wait. Talking my best said to my face. When your ex got it like now you straight. Bitch, you ain't really stay up in your place. I got that gym no fancy. Nigga feel like I ain't lost it. You wanna be check on cost you. Don't need to put you lost it. I got that gym no fancy. You want a picture gon' cost us. Don't mean your budget, you lost it. You need to stay out my way, out of my lane, better be cautious. I try to stay in my place, made y'all wait, now I ain't stopping. Now I stop rapping, quit thinking. This is my business, I mean it. Big ass bitches, sure for me. Stop it, you really don't mean it. I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. They know they boss. Real chain gold and they icy. They know they floss. They know they floss. Big rims in their windows and they better be cautious. Better be cautious. You my friends through some crosses. They know they lost. They know they lost. I really hang with the bosses. They know they boss. They know they boss. Real chain gold and they icy. They know they floss. They know they floss. Big rims in their windows and they better be cautious. Better be cautious. You my friends through some crosses. They know they lost. They know they lost.
Skin the Hardaway Sudden Tea, and I'm back with another EP on this Saturday morning, and I'm up bright and early. This is most definitely the earliest motherfucking Sudden Tea that I ever did, but you know we gonna make it happen this morning because I got something to do a little later on this evening, so we gonna make it happen right now. I'm glad all y'all good folks came through. I ain't got the video shared yet, but I'm gonna go and give my my opening. I'm gonna go give my opening word so everybody can know like the basis of the video, and then we go get into it. So I want to talk about a couple fights in particular. What's good, Derek? Appreciate you sliding through this, John Derek. Glad you came through. Appreciate the love too, Derek. Shout out my guy Derek Jabanowski, my guy Jerry Jabanowski. Jabanowski follow me on Twitter. I want to go and get into the basis of the video before I get to share, my open statements and shit. So, I've been watching. I'm 30 years old, and I've been watching, as much boxing as uh, a 30-year-old man, could watch, up until this point in my life, type deal. So I forgot to send a message on it. Early bird gets the worm. Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that, dude. Right. Appreciate that, dude. My grandma say that shit. Early bird gets the worm. Appreciate that, dude. But now I've been watching boxing for a while now. And I noticed Floyd Mayweather. Now, visually, me watching Floyd Mayweather, visually me. Did you get an ad when you came in, dude? Did you see an ad when you came in? Visually, me watching Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, I always looked good inside the ring. He didn't struggle too much. I never really saw, Floyd Mayweather have a bad night, too bad of a night in the ring. But I noticed how like the commentary for most of Floyd Mayweather fights, the uh the energy, the energy. Hold on, yeah, my charger start working. So shit. But yeah, they always wanted to but if you listen to the drama surrounding the Floyd Mayweather fight, or you listen to the actual commentary inside of a Floyd Mayweather fight, or if you listen to like just the average fan about Floyd Mayweather, they will tell you this is what you hear most about Floyd Mayweather. Outside of him being undefeated and all that good stuff, the things you hear the most about Floyd Mayweather is that I'm going to be smoking all day. I have off work till Tuesday. Oh yeah, turn up, man. Derek, smoke that shit, Derek. Turn up, dog. That's why I be saying like if it don't affect your money, smoke that shit, dog. But yeah, the commentators, people outside of Floyd, they always told you a couple things. You know, Floyd Mayweather. One being that Floyd Mayweather was boring, and that Floyd Mayweather ran a lot. Those are the two biggest. Those are two of the biggest things that I hear about Floyd Mayweather, and that most people probably hear know about Floyd Mayweather, right? But yet Floyd Mayweather is undefeated. Nobody was really able to beat Floyd Mayweather, and you really couldn't deny that in the ring. Like Floyd Mayweather went in the ring and he made folks look, subpar all the time. He made folks look less than all the time. So it was hard to deny Floyd Mayweather a lot of those victories, even though I feel like mainstream media didn't necessarily want him to win, which is why I felt like they used to say that, Floyd Mayweather was boring. It was a time where Floyd Mayweather was signed the top rank. He was signed the top rank for a long time. He was signed the top rank, and even Bob Arum used to say, "Oh, Floyd Mayweather is not a star. Floyd Mayweather, or the way Floyd Mayweather fights doesn't sell. Nobody is going to, nobody is going to, come to watch Floyd Mayweather fight." And there was Bob Arum saying this about his own fighter. And I know that, just real quick sidebar, Bob Arum still does that about a certain group of fighters. But Bob Arum used to say that about Floyd himself. Now everybody know what happened with that. Floyd left Bob Arum and Floyd became a big star. But even back then, early in his career, they were still telling you, no, Josh ain't good, I ain't got a little. Okay, bet, dude. Okay, bet. I'm gonna start doing the station on here. Monday. Start Monday Night Football where I go on and I give y'all my picks on all my bets and stuff. Me and Tay Jones, actually, Tay Jones said he gonna do it too. So me and Tay Jones gonna start doing a station on the show called Bet the Bookie. Matter of fact, it's gonna be Monday. I'm gonna hit him. We gonna come on Monday. We gonna do that. Shout out my homie Bruce Gold sliding through the jump. Here, just sliding through this jump, Bruce Gold. But yeah, let me get back on subject. Since we just opening the video. Uh, but they tell you that Floyd Mayweather is boring and that Floyd and Floyd Mayweather doesn't sell. And I think now Floyd Mayweather went undefeated. Floyd Mayweather was hard to deny because his skill was so superior. But I think now this is maybe me and my conspiracy bag a little bit. They say I've been in my conspiracy bag a lot. So maybe this is me and my conspiracy bag a little bit. But now I feel like the masses of boxing, like the people that control the media, you know what I mean? All that good stuff. I feel like those people don't want to see another Floyd Mayweather situation. I feel like those people think the Floyd Mayweather style really is boring. You know what I mean? So they don't want to push it. They don't want people to like it. They don't want to put it on Front Street because Floyd became bigger than the sport in a sense. Floyd made the most money anybody has ever made from boxing. You know what I mean? Floyd became bigger than the sport, and I don't think boxing, the powers that be, the major players in boxing, I don't think that they want to see another Floyd Mayweather situation. I don't think they want to encourage boxers to be like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? I don't think they want. I think they want to discourage a whole generation of fighters who fight like Floyd Mayweather. And I say that because this, and I'm not just saying this. I'm gonna give my feel as to why I feel this way and my reasoning. Okay, let's just use the people that I got in this picture for example to start with. I got Floyd Mayweather, Regan Dow, I got Michael Fox, and I got Rob Senko and Sincor. Now I use those because those are just some of the situations that we had recently, into where I feel like, and not just a lot happened in these three fights too. Regan Dow versus Casemiro, Michael Fox versus Masquerade, and Cohen Sincor versus Valdez. So it was a lot of drama surrounding all these fights, but I noticed that all these fights had one major similarity in it. One major similarity in it. Maybe maybe one less to a degree than another one. But all these fights involve a boxer outboxing a favorite that everyone thought was going to win. The boxer outboxed them. The boxer kind of embarrassed them, and The other guy still ended up winning these fights. And it took me back to a certain place. And that place is, Floyd Mayweather. You know, those fights kind of look like Floyd Mayweather fights. They was, hold on. But yeah, like the fights look just like Floyd Mayweather fights. You know what I mean? You had let's go Michael Fox versus Masquerade. You had Michael Fox who came in the ring and he really destroyed Masquerade. I think his was the biggest upset because Masquerade didn't stand a chance at all in that fight. And Masquerade came in. Masquerade had a glove situation in that fight also. But I'm not even talking about the glove situation. I'm talking about strictly the fact uh these guys, clearly outboxing these guys and still losing on the card. So Masquerade got the decision over Michael Fox. Even Masquerade was surprised by this decision over Michael Fox. And that's just the first situation. I mean, now you could go look for yourself, Michael Fox versus Masquerade, and I'm gonna have Michael Fox on my show pretty soon. I talked to Michael Fox yesterday. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have him on my show soon to actually talk about that whole situation and everything. But you can go check out that fight for yourself, and you can judge for yourself. I'm pretty sure you've seen it because of the backlash, that came from that fight. But Masquerade versus Michael Fox was one. Rigondeaux versus Casemiro was another one. Now, some people feel like, Rigondeaux ran the whole fight, which is kind of what I'm getting at. It's the same things that they used to say about Floyd Mayweather. Uh, and don't forget, Michael was robbed the fight before his last one. Michael's a great dude. Can't wait to see him. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he gonna come here. But Michael Fox, uh, Gilmore Rigondeaux, and it was another in Robson Core and Sinclair. Robson Core and Sinclair clearly outboxed Valdez. You could look at his face. You could look at Valdez's face after the fight. I said Michael Robson, Core and Sinclair clearly won that fight, and I solely believe that the reason that Rigondeaux got a loss, the reason that Michael Fox got a loss, and the reason that Robson Core and Sinclair got a loss is because of Floyd Mayweather. And I know that's gonna sound real crazy. Sudden T, what you mean? How did they lose because of Floyd Mayweather? Floyd Mayweather has nothing to do with those guys. Floyd Mayweather has nothing to do with those guys. I think it's the style of fight that those guys fought, the style of fighter that those guys are, that they're trying to discourage. They're not going to give you those fights on the scorecards, I believe, if you fight that way. You know what I mean? They say that, they say that there's running and everything, but I really feel like that certain style of fighting they want to get rid of. I feel like they want a certain fighter to take more punishment because I also noticed that I'm just gonna go and be real about it. I also noticed that it's only done that way when it's a black fighter. When it's a non-black fighter who shows pure boxing skills and all that good stuff, speed, hand speed, foot quickness, and everything. The thing is, oh, that guy looks great. He's a superior boxer. Let's just use Lomachenko, for example. The way that they talk about Lomachenko, and he's a boxer, right? It's not the way that they talk about, Gilmore Rigondeaux. You know what I mean? They say, oh, Rigondeaux runs, but when it's Lomachenko, they say, oh, Lomachenko has great footwork. You know what I mean? they noticed, how good of a jab, Lomachenko has. You know what I mean? They could notice Lomachenko, his defense. Lomachenko make a guy miss, and then, he throw his hand up like that. When he do that, they don't call that running. But if Rigondeaux do that, it's considered running. Uh, Lomachenko, I've seen Lomachenko outbox guys and win on the card. I didn't hear anybody one time say that, oh, Lomachenko is running. You know what I mean? It's just like when it's a certain fighter. Canelo, let's take Canelo versus Triple G. Canelo versus Triple G. Yeah, let's use one for this example. Canelo versus Triple G one. Canelo outboxed Triple G. I didn't hear once that Canelo was running. You know what I mean? Rob Sincour and Sincour versus Oscar Valdez. That fight fresh on their mind. That fight just happened. Rob Sincour, I think he won at least. I mean, I think at the most you could have gave Oscar Valdez 4 rounds. I think at the most you could have gave him 4 rounds. Anything after that, is a stretch. Rob Sincour clearly won that fight. And I believe that in that particular fight, it was more than just, the Floyd Mayweather, style corruption thing going on. Because I feel like that certain style they want to get rid of. And not necessarily, I'm gonna just I'm gonna be for real. I think that style in the black community, I think that style in the black culture, they want to get rid of because they know that that style is a problem. A guy that could outbox you, a guy that could hit you and not be hit is a dangerous guy in boxing. That's what boxing is all about. When you break it down to the purest form, boxing is hit and don't get hit. You know what I mean? We all want to see exciting fights and everything. And for some, me included, seeing a guy hit and not be hit is an exciting fight, especially if they're doing it the right way. Because if you hit a guy and he can't hit you, eventually two or three things are going to happen. You're going to stop them for one, or two, the referee's going to stop the fight, or three, you're going to frustrate him, and it's going to look pleasing to the eye because you hitting the guy, him not being able to hit you. It's exciting to watch. You know what I mean? Just like watching Floyd Mayweather. People say this and say that about Floyd. He like to run. He don't got no power. He boring. But if you really sit back and watch a Floyd fight, they're not boring fights. Floyd fights are, they are high action when the fighter that he's fighting, throws a lot of punches. Floyd is a defensive genius. I don't see how he is. I want to go in there and see knockouts, but I don't. I feel like people have gotten so used to seeing rock'em sock'em robots. Now, when they see a fighter who can actually box, it look crazy to them. Or is it that? Or is it that just that? Like I was saying earlier, they just want to eliminate their style, from boxing. I don't feel like Bob Arum feel like their style is. I don't feel like Bob Arum. We know Bob Arum don't because Bob Arum verbally says, that those fighters don't sell. You know what I mean? He just let's say for example, Albert Bell. Albert Bell just got Albert Bell didn't re-sign with Top Rank, right? And it was said that it was because of a style thing. I seen Albert Bell go in the ring, hit and not be hit, a bunch of times. Bob Earl tell you, oh, Bud Crawford don't sell. But I done seen Bud Crawford, put on masterful performance in a lot of places. And I can see Bud Crawford, just on social media and everything. And I can tell you that, Bud Crawford sells and Bud Crawford has, a good fan base. Has a great deep fan base at that. So I just think it's more so. I just think it's more so the powers that be that want to put it in to a style that Floyd Mayweather created because Floyd Mayweather became bigger than boxing off that style. Uh, and again, I just think it's only for a certain group of people. Because again, you take a guy like Tyson Fury. We could use a guy like Derek sent me a photo. Okay, Derek, I see you win, Derek. I see you win, Derek. Let's use a guy like Tyson Fury. When a guy like Tyson Fury displays his boxing ability, they talk about it like Tyson Fury is the best thing in the world since sliced bread. You know what I mean? So why is it that Tyson Fury can't get praised for his excellent boxing ability, right? But when Floyd Mayweather was doing it, it was boring. And Floyd Mayweather has more knockouts than Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? And Floyd Mayweather has more knockouts than Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? So I just think that it's a Floyd Mayweather cloud over boxing right now. And I don't think it really should be. I think the powers at be don't want to see another Floyd Mayweather. So I think like some of these fighters, if they're not I think some of these fighters, if they're not superstar fighters, if they think that a big enough, rift won't be caused, they think a big enough stir won't be caused by awarding these fighters with losses. I think these guys are trying to deter boxers away from the Floyd Mayweather style by not awarding them wins at the end of the fight. If they box with their style. And I think even if they outright win, even if everybody in the room could see that they won this fight, I believe because that boxing is trying to deter us away from the Floyd Mayweather style, they're not going to give these guys wins. That's the only logical reason I could think of why a guy. And let's not even use Ringo because Ringo has there's a real thick biasness out about Ringo. So let's not even use Ringo for this particular conversation right now at this moment. Conversation that holds still, but right now at this moment, let's not use Ringo. Let's just use Corson Core and let's use Michael Fox. Those two guys dominated their opponents in their fight. Dominated them, dominating. You can see it all in their opponents' faces. Even their opponents know deep down that for real that they didn't win those fights. You could tell from Masquerade's face that he didn't believe he won. And Valdez ain't really spoke on the fight, since then. Valdez's face after the fight says the whole thing. And another thing with that Valdez situation, I saw that they already had him a statue built in Mexico. He fought last week. They had the statue up 3 days ago. You know what I mean? So they already had him a statue built, which lets me believe the fact that they let him in the ring already and he busted for PEDs. They awarded him the fight in which I think he lost, and they already had a statue built for him back in Mexico when he got home. I think they already had it predetermined that he would win that fight, and that's why he won that fight still, even though he lost so badly against Corson Core. Like it's starting to make perfect sense. And also, Robson Corson Core filed the lawsuit against the WBC about that fight too. So Robinson Corson Core is currently looking to seek justice for his fight. You know what I mean? And I think in the news broke a couple. If you don't know, I'm about to tell you a couple of days ago. The news broke from the WBC that they were taking Oscar Valdez, out of the rankings. He still has the championship belt, but they're taking him out of the rankings. I think that's just the move for them to say, "Oh, we did do something to Oscar Valdez." But what I think Robson Corson Core has an issue with, I think is deeper than just them punishing him, for being robbed. I think he has a lot of reasons he could sue. And if I was him, if I'm going to take legal action, I'm going to, go all the way with it. I think he should do it for the PEDs, let him get in the ring in the first place with the PEDs. I think he should also do it for the scorecards. It was a WBC judge that worked that fight, just like it was a WBA judge in the Michael Fox situation who worked his fight. You know what I mean? So we are starting to see how the big sanctions and how the bodies are fixing their own fights, how they are corrupting their own fights. If you really pay attention, it says it in itself. If you really pay attention, it says it in itself. And Robson Corson Core and Valdez have a history. Corson Core beat him in the amateurs. You know what I mean? Valdez was Valdez, is one of the top ranked bigger stars. Valdez is one of the top ranked, bigger stars. Valdez is coming off the, impressive win over Miguel Burchell, which now I question because I'm not sure, if he was a clean fight in that situation, given that he popped dirty in this fight. and giving me not expecting him to do that to Miguel Burchell like that. Miguel Burchell was the favorite in that fight. I didn't expect him to do it. And I never seen Valdez look that strong. Valdez looked extremely fast. You know what I mean? He looked extremely fast that day. He looked extremely strong that day. He looked nothing like that versus Corson Core. Now, you could say that, oh, he just had, an off night, or you could say that my bad, y'all. Or you could say that with all this going on, he popped for the PEDs. Maybe he had to stop taking the PEDs, and maybe that affected his, maybe that affected. Yo, I'm watching the ads right here. Okay, bit Mark, and maybe that affected, his fight. But he looked nothing like he looked in that fight versus he looked what's good, Mark. He looked nothing. He looked nothing like versus Rob Kinsor, like Kinsenko, Rob Cohen, Rob Cohen Sincor, Rob Sincor and Sincor. He looked nothing against like Cole Sincor that he looked against Burchell. And I think that raises a red flag in my ass anyway. You know what I mean? So I think Robson Corson Core has a real case. And I think if he is gonna press the WBC, he need to press them all the way around. He need to press them before the ring with the PEDs. He need to press them in the ring with the judges and with the WBC judge working on the panel. You know what I mean? They already had a statue. They already had a Robson Core Sincor. Robson Core Sincor. It might name Core Sincor. What kind of name is Core Sincor, Terry? What kind of name is Course and Course? It was good, Terry Smoke. Appreciate you sliding through. I'm finna put Derek back up there. Appreciate you sliding through, Terry. Look like a totally different fight. Yeah, look like two different fighters. Mark, I'm glad you slid. I'm glad you slid through, Mark. My brother Mark. My brother Mark. Appreciate you sliding through this, John, brother. Appreciate you sliding through this, John, brother. But yeah, I just think what's good, Jelly Bean. Appreciate you sliding through this, young Jelly Bean. I just think that I just think on the whole. But let me catch y'all up. Let me catch y'all up since y'all just getting in here. Now I feel like that they trying to stop Robson Kansas Cow. Robson Kansas Cow. Okay, Kansas Cow. I think it's a style. I think it's a I think it's a style that they trying to avoid. I think it's a style that they trying to do away with. And I think it's the style of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was able to go in there, beat boxers, out point boxers, embarrass boxers, and Floyd Mayweather became bigger than the sport. And I think that they trying to avoid making another Floyd Mayweather, which is why guys like Rigondeaux, guys like Cohen Sinclair, and guys, like Michael Fox, are getting robbed of these fights when clearly they are winning these fights. You know what I mean? Clearly they winning these fights. I had to work 3 p.m., 3 a.m. and still up with it. Okay, Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean going hard. Jelly Bean going hard. He said you fucking that boy name up. He said Robinson can sink out. A nigga named Cohen Sincor can sink out. Yeah, that makes sense. He said you fucking that boy name up. But yeah, though, man, I just think guys like Cohen Sincor, I think guys like Michael Fox, and even Rigondeaux in the Casemiro fight, because I feel like Rigondeaux really embarrassed Casemiro. Be real with you. He made Casemiro look. And let's talk about the Rigondeaux Casemiro fight. Because if you ask me, all these fights look eerie similar. And I think, and it sounds crazy, but I think all those guys lost because of Floyd Mayweather in that style. You know what I mean? I think it's bigger than just these fights. I think they want those fighters to lose so they can stop future generations from coming up and emulating that style. You know what I mean? I think if the fighter is small enough, if the fighter is not a household name, they're going to, make their fighter lose the fights when they fight that type of style because they say that it's quote unquote boring. They say that their style quote unquote don't sell. which is the same thing they told us about Floyd Mayweather when he was fighting. But I have to totally disagree because that fighting style is very effective. And I think that they know that it's very effective, which is why, again, I'm gonna say again, I think they trying to. I'm just gonna put it all on the table. I think they trying to I think they trying to discourage a whole generation of youth away from that style of fight, away from that Devin Haney style of fight, away from that Shakur Stevenson style of fight, away from that Robson, Corson Cap. That's his name, right? That's his name, right? Constant Cap. Away from that Robson, Constant Cap style of fight. Away from that Rigondeaux style of fighting. And that's just really how I feel. I feel like it's all because of Floyd Mayweather and what he did. They wanted Floyd Mayweather to fail. They were telling you when Floyd Mayweather was about to leave, he can't sell. Larry Merchant hated on Floyd Mayweather every chance he got. I think Larry Merchant had direct orders from Bob Arum to shit on Floyd Mayweather, and I think that's what he did, and that's what he was doing. It's like every time Floyd Mayweather had a comment, Larry Merchant had some smart shit to say. But it's just like they want. It's like they want you to. It's like they want to discourage you from fighting like Floyd. They want to discourage you, from having a brash personality. Just how like when black people, speak their mind and say something, they make them apologize, but everybody else can say what they say. You know what I mean? It's like how they suspended Adrian Broner for saying, he the can man shit 7 years ago, and how they made Devin Haney come out and apologize for saying he not losing to a white boy. You know what I mean? But they let Oscar Valdez take PEDs and slide, no suspension. They still let him fight. You know what I mean? It's like the rules are only for a certain set of people. And I think they trying to discourage this certain set of. I think they trying to discourage this certain fight style. What's good, Akundo? Shout out to Akundo sliding through this. I appreciate you sliding through this on the Akundo. I feel like they trying to discourage a certain set of fighter by not, awarding these guys the wins that they truly deserve. Because if you look at these fights, if you sit down and watch these fights, you can clearly see that these guys are outboxing, their opponents. And we keeping it these, three fights in particular right now. Michael Fox versus Masquerade, Valdez versus Corey Sincal, and Rigondeaux versus Casemiro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Condo. Yeah, my bad, though. They programming the weirdo fans to only accept the style from their fighters, and when they see it from our fighters, they'll claim it's boring. Look how they feel. Like, yeah, it's kind of what. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, Mark. It's like they trying to. It's like they trying to get their certain style out the way. They trying to get people beat up. Now let's use let's use let's use their turn for a second. They trying to make the fights. They trying to make the fights more. They trying to make the fights more exciting, right? You know what I mean? But in the same time, you got a guy like Deontay Wilder who only knocks people out, right? Boom. You got a guy like Deontay Wilder who only knocks people out. And the thing about him is, oh, he can't box. You know what I mean? Oh, he can't box. He's wild. So in the same sense, you want us to say, oh, Floyd Mayweather style board. But again, if you fight like Deontay Wilder, get straight knockout, you can't box. Yeah, I just remembered I had a blunt already rolled somewhere. I had one already rolled. Did I throw that motherfucker away? Move, babe. Did I throw that motherfucker away, y'all? No, I'm gonna find that junk later. But I know I got one already rolled. Found it. Found it. I knew I had one already rolled. See? I just rolled this one I found, and this one I had last night. See, this junk crunchy as motherfucker. And this one I just rolled. See, yeah, I saw. And this junk right here crunchy as hell. This junk last night. I'm gonna break this whole if I bend it. I knew I wasn't tripping. Okay, bet. I finna smoke the junk I had last night. I sat there early. That shit for no reason. But hell yeah, it's just like yeah, Mark, that program. I think it was the money behind the network hating on Floyd. Yeah, facts of Condo. My man, the Condo needs to rent. Condo ain't got no rent. Certainty. Condo ain't got no rent. My bad, G. There you go, bro. There you go, bro. My bad, bro. Terry Smooth say give you a wrench, bro. You get a wrench. And I know you're a Condo. I get all the brothers wrenches. I just thought you had one already, to be real with you. I just thought you had one already. But yeah, though, I think what Fernando be saying, y'all, I see the play. I see the play. And the play says, let's discourage these people from fighting like Floyd Mayweather. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I got you, Mark. I got you, Mark. I got you, Mark. But yeah, Alex Alberto G said the Mayweather effect is good for boxing. There will be less fighters slurring their words after they retire. I guess, bro. Okay, yeah. Alex, I think you looking at it, Alex. I think you looking at it, Alex, from the other side though. I think you looking at it from the other side, Alex. Like you agreeing with what we saying, Alex, but you looking at it from a different perspective, which is interesting. You saying the Mayweather effect is good for boxing, as in it keep boxers, safe. The defense moving. You that's right too. But what I'm saying is the powers that be are making these guys lose the fight because they fight like Mayweather in a sense. You know what I'm saying? They got that style. But what you saying is right too, Alex. I get what you're saying. You saying it's good for boxing because it's gonna keep fighters healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's actually right. It's a good thing. It's better defense. It's making more defensive fighters. You know what I mean? But so you right too. I get what you're saying. You looking at it from a different perspective. It's the same. We got the same perspective, but you looking at it from a different angle. That's cool. You looking at the Mayweather effect as the positive side. When I was bringing attention to how it's being negatively viewed, by judges and promoters and shit like that. But that's interesting, Alex. You a pretty smart dude when you want to be. Alex. The Mayweather effect is good for boxing because it make more defensive fighters. And I think basically that's what they try to do. They trying to get the Pernell Whitakers, the Floyd Mayweathers, you know, the what's that guy name? The little skinny guy. He beat what's the little skinny, the black guy. Then I can't think of his name. Then I can't think of his name though. He was jacking though. I think he was like man 30, like 34 and 2. I can't think of his name right now. But they trying to get rid of I think they're trying to get rid of like the pure boxers. You know what I mean? They trying to get rid of the defensive minded boxer. Is what I think. That's just from me watching boxing, me paying attention and all that. But on another level, this is really all about suppressing black greatness. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. They want promoters shining. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. They trying to take away from our style. They trying to get their whole style out of here. You know what I mean? But it's only when we do it. I feel like it's only when we do it. Because if a guy like Lomachenko does it, they give Lomachenko credit. You know what I mean? And Lomachenko is not a bad boxer at all by a long shot. I think he's a damn good boxer. But Lomachenko get a hard time. But at the same time, where they say Lomachenko is the next quote unquote Muhammad Ali, that bullshit. They'll say a guy like Floyd Mayweather is boring. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're right on with it. People want to see Rocky movies. Yeah, facts. Like they want to see Rock'em Sock'em Robots all fight. Like, and there's not and y'all, and I think it's deeper than just that because I think they would accept. I think they would accept the pure boxers if they not black boxers. You know what I mean? They don't want to see black pure boxers. They don't want to see no more Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? But they ready to crown, another race of boxer who can fight like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I just think it's us, bro. And it's terrible. It's terrible. It's Floyd Mayweather. People that look like Floyd Mayweather. They don't want them to box that way. They want us to go in there and get hit more. You know what I mean? And even if we go in there and we knock people out, they want us to get beat up. They want us to lose. Because Deontay Wilder go in there and he give you exciting fights every time. He go in there, he knocks somebody out every time he step in there. And that's still not enough. So I don't even think it's the fact that they just, I don't think it's they just want to get rid of that style because I don't think it's that style. I think it's Floyd Mayweather and people like Floyd Mayweather having that particular style. So they are going to rob Devin Haney and Shakur when the time comes. Alex, I think those guys are too. I think it'll be too big of a backlash. You know what I mean? I think they seen the backlash with they saw the backlash with Michael Fox, Robson, Kosin Cal, and I don't think Devin Haney and Shakur really got nothing to worry about. I don't think those two got nothing to worry about. But it's bigger than just those two. It's about the next Shakur, the next Devin coming up. It's about the next Devin, next Shakur coming up. Those guys might get robbed before they get to Devin and Shakur. It might be too late to get Devin and Shakur because of who they are and how known they are already at this point. But people like them, and then who knows, Alex, shit, maybe when the time comes, they might be like, fuck that, we gonna rob him too. And, we just gonna let the chips fall where they may. But it's starting to be more attention brought to the fuck shit that they doing. So it's gonna come with more consequences, especially as time starts to go on and shit. It's gonna come with more consequences. Again, I appreciate all y'all good folks for coming through. If y'all haven't, could y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel? I would greatly appreciate that. If y'all haven't, appreciate everybody swinging through. I know it's early, so if y'all came through here, appreciate y'all sliding through. Since Jack Jones, I think they want that style of boxing to water down to cater to Mexican style, which is reckless in my opinion. Have you heard of the blacklist? Explain, Chuck. I think I know what you're talking about. Is you talking about the NBF? You talking about the NBF or you talking about something different, Chuck? Yeah, yep. Yeah, I heard of. Yeah, I heard of. Yeah, I heard of. No black fights. Yeah, I heard of it. Yep. And I think that's what they was trying to do. But when Floyd, that's why I think it started with. Honestly, I think it started with Floyd. I don't necessarily think it started with Floyd because Sweet Pea got a case too. Because Sweet Pea got a case too, they did to Sweet Pea, and then they let Floyd get back. But really, they ain't let Floyd get back. Floyd just looked so good because really, I don't want to say this. I don't want to make this a Floyd Sweet Pea thing, but Floyd had a little more offense than Sweet Pea, right? He had a little more. I'm gonna be generous. He had a little more offense than Sweet Pea, right? So it was harder to rob Floyd. They got Sweepy with the Cesar Chavez junk. You know what I mean? And Cesar Chavez is great, but they got Sweepy with the Cesar Chavez junk. So he got a case too, but they not trying to make no more Floyd Mayweather. They seen what Floyd did. They not trying to make no more Floyd Mayweather. I think that's why a guy like Michael Fox, a guy like Robson Kosenko, Robson Kosenkow, and a guy like Rickendow, can be robbed like that because I think everybody's in on. They let you see that, like they could put a judge in place. They could put a judge in place. They could put a referee in place. They took a point from Robson Kosenkow for tapping him on the back and then hitting him on the head. He was saying like, "Come on, the referee coming," and they took a point away from him for that. Michael Fox clearly dominated Masquerade. Michael Fox beat the shit out of Masquerade. Michael Fox beat the shit out of Masquerade. And somehow he still lost that fight. And somehow he still lost that fight. How did Michael Fox lose that fight, y'all? Honestly. Let's just talk about Michael Fox versus Masquerade. Let's bring that up. Let's hit on that one. Like, first of all, they got this guy from the amateurs, right? They got these guys from the amateurs, Masquerade. Because I'm gonna give y'all a little background on Masquerade, because a lot of people don't know Masquerade, and I don't know a whole lot about Masquerade, but I do know a little bit about Masquerade. Before that Michael Fox fight, I do know that Masquerade was already in business with the WBA. The WBA are the ones that wanted to bring Masquerade over here and make him a star in America. Masquerade is a very, 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 very talented amateur boxer. He's a very, very, very great amateur boxer. He's one of the best amateur boxers ever. He's been in the amateurs for a long time. He was about to go over there this year and fight for the gold medal. You know what I mean? But he decided to go pro. Cole, they threw him a big ass check and said, "Come on, bro, we finna come make you a star." They had him a fight lined up. Something happened with the other guy, and the other guy had to pull out. Right? So into this guy called Michael Fox. Michael Fox was the late replacement. Michael Fox, was not supposed to win this fight. Michael Fox wasn't even in this fight. This wasn't even his original fight. You know what I mean? So they bring in this guy named Michael Fox to keep the show going, or just to keep the show going. But a lot of people don't know that Masquerade is already a talented, highly talented amateur boxer already. He would have been picked to win the gold this year if he went back, but he didn't go back. He went pro because he had a pro fight, which was this fight with Michael Fox. It was his first pro fight. So I think it was one of his early pro fights. He won his first. I think it was his first though. But so this is the guy that they wanted to win. This is the guy that they had to pick to win this fight. And Michael Fox completely dominated him. It looked like a Floyd Mayweather fight. It's exactly what it looked like. Completely dominated him. And they still robbed this man right in their face. And guess what? And another thing that I noticed about all these fights had one thing in particular. Two things in particular, really. Two things in particular. They both had a judge, that worked with a sanctioning body, WBA, WBC, and both judges had the same scorecard, 17-10, 117 to 110. Now, maybe just a coincidence, but damn, why is all of the robbery cards 17-10? You know what I mean? Acondo said, "Gotta have some defense, even if you're more on the offense. It's time to evolve and think about life after boxing. Getting touched up in every fight, not good for longevity. Fact. Listen, it's no secret they let Pacquiao get away with the limb shoulder excuse. Look at the temperature when Floyd fights foreigners. Yeah, see, like it's just, yeah, it's like they want to see Floyd lose in general, and Floyd embarrassed everybody. And I think they trying to deter our fighters from fighting like that. You know what I mean? They not trying to make no more Floyd Mayweather. That's why it's slick bother me when people be like, "Oh, Devin Haney boring," or "Oh, Shakur boring," or Oh, Rigondeaux boring. Like maybe, well, maybe you need to just start watching them. But that shit now boring to me, and I don't see nothing wrong with a fighter not getting hit. The game is hit and not be hit. This is boxing. This is not a street fight. This is not MMA. This is boxing. You know what I mean? If you can get a guy out of there, you get a guy out of there. I understand being aggressive, being excited, and wanting to get knockouts. But even when guys be aggressive and be excited and get knockouts, I still complain. They did the same with Roy Jones. That's why he moved up to heavyweight. He said they're going to ruin Tank. And yeah, like a guy like Tank, for example. A guy like Tank punishment and still get knocked out. A guy like Tank, take punishment and he still get knocked out. And y'all still complain. So you could look, boom, man. Let's add Tank that, bro. You could fight like Floyd Mayweather, box, keep it clean, defensive fighter. You could fight like Tank Davis, box and bang. You can mix it up, take what you give, take some, give some. You can fight like Deontay Wilder, straight knock a motherfucker out. And it's always gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? But then you got guys like long live the great Ontario Gotti. You got guys like Gotti who make it to the Hall of Fame for putting on the exciting fights. You know what I mean? That's how I'm gonna see it. I respect the Gotti. You got guys like Ontario Gotti who make the Hall of Fame strictly for putting on exciting fights. You know what I mean? Not a pure boxer, a banger, but a guy who is winning all of his fights gets ridiculed because he doesn't get hit as much as you want to, or because you feel that his fights are boring. That man is winning. That man is winning. You know what I mean? And I still think that NBF shit going on because that's the only. And I'm gonna say it again. That's the only reason I can feel like a guy like Albert Bell be let go from Top Rank. You know what I mean? Elvis Rodriguez to be let go from Top Rank. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck? A guy like Lomachenko could fight just like Rigondeaux. You know what I mean? A guy like Lomachenko could have the same style as Rigondeaux and be called the next Muhammad Ali, and Rigondeaux be called boring. How that work? How does that work, man? How does that work? What's good, Jay Gibson? What's good, JP? That you sliding through? The fighter winning and making it look easy. Yeah, facts. What's good? It's just crazy. Like you got, and then it's deeper than that too, bro. Like we was just saying, shit. Perfect example. You brought up Tank Davis, bro. Tank Davis is a perfect mix, bro. He box, he bang, he mix it up. You got a problem with Tank. Oh, you found a new problem. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's not Tank's fighting style. It's Tank don't fight nobody. Then you got a guy like Floyd who got everybody on his resume. Oh, it's his fighting style. Then you got a guy like Rigondeaux who got everybody on his resume. Oh, he boring. Oh, Rigondeaux was one of the most duck fighters in our fucking lineage. Now, like in boxing today, Rigondeaux one of the most duck fighters in this motherfucker. It's like they go find. It's like inside of that ring. Inside of the ring, it's the Floyd Mayweather effect. Outside of the ring, they go say and do whatever. It's crazy that Floyd. I think Floyd was able to be the big star that he is because everybody was so set on seeing him lose. It was so much attention on seeing him lose. Like everybody noticed though at this point, most of those people tuned in to see Floyd Mayweather lose those fights. And that's why Floyd Mayweather won. I think that's why Floyd Mayweather fought the way that he fought because he knew that he had to be perfect. He knew that he couldn't leave no doubt in anything. And I think that's why they say, "Oh, he bored," because they knew that Floyd Mayweather knew that Floyd Mayweather beat the system. That's why Floyd wear those robbery masks. That's why Floyd walk around and say, "I'm the greatest. I'm the GOAT." That's why Floyd walk around and say, can't nobody tell me shit. Floyd went against the system and Floyd won. Floyd bet on himself every single night and Floyd won. Floyd damn near no cap had to be perfect going into those fights because he knew that he wasn't going to win those goddamn fights unless he was perfect. That's why they were saying Floyd was boring to try to get Floyd to force shit, to try to get Floyd to hop in there and do, some goofy shit and get himself knocked out. You know what I mean? And I think still today they trying to deter our fighters from fighting that way because Floyd was so successful with it. And it's hard if you fight the way that Floyd fight, it's hard to, on them cards at the end of the day say that you lost without people being in the uproar. Just like we was in the uproar about Robson Kosenkow. Just like we was in the uproar about Michael Fox. Just like we was in the uproar, about Rigondeaux. And Rigondeaux to a less degree because Rigondeaux got a lot of haters. Rigondeaux got a lot of people who kind of who kind of agree with Rigondeaux, who kind of agree because he's been saying for so long. You know how in the media, the media got such a big push. They got such a big wave. If they say stuff for long enough, fans start to believe it. Even true hardcore boxing fans start to believe, a lot of this shit that they said long enough. I saw real niggas, I saw real hardcore boxing fans, real historians of the sport believe that Tyson Fury and AJ was actually going to happen because the media said it so much. So understand that the media is power. So the media been saying that Rigondeaux boring so long, you can't even get people, you can't even get most people to believe that shit. My bad, y'all, my bad. Good, D Hodge. Shout out D Hodge sliding through. Appreciate you sliding through this, D Hodge. Who do you like with the young fighters? I'm gonna give you my top 5 favorite young fighters. Now, this don't mean that these the best young fighters, bro. But I'm gonna give you my favorite. Uh, of course, Boots. Uh, Gary Antoine Russell, Brandon Norman Jr., Conor Ben. Trying to think of my fifth. Boots, Brandon Norman Jr., Conor Ben. Damn, I forgot about Boots, Conor Ben, Brandon Norman Jr., Gary Antoine Russell. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna throw a sleeper out there. See, everybody. I said my favorite. I ain't say. I said my favorite. My favorite. I respect Tank. I respect Tank Gang. You like Tank. You like Tank talking. I respect Tank Gang. You know what I'm saying? I respect Tank Gang. Tank is tanking my tanking my pound for pound. Tanking my pound. I think Tank number 6 in my pound for pound, bro. But he ain't one of my favorite fighters. He one of the best fighters, but he not my favorite fighter. You know what I mean? I said, no, my favorite young guys. And Tank is the Tank is like the oldest of the young guys. So he's still young. He's 20, what, 27, 26. But he's the oldest of the young guys. I'm not completely sold on Tank. Uh I say this, Taka. I think Tank the real deal. I for sure think he the real deal. To beat Tank, you gotta come with it. Cause one thing that young boy showed me for sure, that young boy could take a punch. That young boy is a thinking fighter. That young boy got short arms. But when that young boy touch you, you feel that nigga, dog. You feel Tank. When he hit you in the body, when he hit them folks in the body, when he hit them folks' ass in the arms and shit, them folks, they feel Tank, bro. I be like, bro, Tank a fighter, dog. If it's gonna get to it, watch this. This is why Tank's so dangerous. This is why Tank's so dangerous. It's gonna get to a point in that fight where Tank go look down at himself and he go stay. All right, look, I'm finna lay it on the line. I'm finna go try to get him out of there. And then Tank opponent gonna have to ask himself, am I ready for this shit? Tank different, dog. Tank is not one of my favorite fighters, but Tank real though. Like when Tank decide, Tank got to switch. When Tank decide, okay, it's time to. Tank can take some shit. Tank gonna take some licks. Tank gonna make you feel him though. You either gonna have to knock Tank ass out. When Tank lose, Tank gonna get knocked down. Tank gonna get knocked out. When Tank lose, it's gonna look like when Deontay Wilder. It's gonna look like Wilder Fear. It's gonna look like some shit like that when he finally lose. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to take him out. And I think there was some fuck shit that Fury did though, but you know that's a whole different certainty. This certainty ain't about that. But it's gonna look like you have to take him out of there. You know what I mean? Because he go get you out of there. You know what I mean? So nah, I'm sold on him. I'm sold on him. I'm sold on him against anybody. Because even if he getting beat up, I know it's gonna be a point in time in that fight. Because Tank gonna come out trying to box you. He gonna see if he can touch you with his boxing and shit. He gonna see what he can do. And then if he can't, it's gonna be a time in that fight where he just gonna come and he go walk your ass down. And you have to see if you can take them punches. And then don't start cracking, and then don't start breaking and shit. Don't start, getting hurt and shit when you start touching you when he decide to walk you down because that's your ass because he go get you up out of there. I want to see him fight Josh Taylor. The Tank I said the Tank. The fight I want to see for Tank is Josh Taylor. If he go stay at 140, I want to see him fight Josh Taylor. I think that's his quickest path to undisputed. I want Tank to be great. So I think Tank should go after Josh Taylor. And win, lose, or draw, that's a good fight. You know what I mean? Josh Taylor is eventually undisputed. I'm not gonna say nothing to Tank lose to Josh Taylor. But if he beat Josh Taylor, we gonna see a lot of shit. Tank pound for pound number one if he beat Josh Taylor. Fuck you talking about. You know what I mean? Number 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. But that's what I want to see him do. Go get that man. Go get him, Javante, or anybody that knows Javante. Go get Josh Taylor. LB, Floyd. It's the Floyd junk. The Floyd effect. I see the Floyd effect, Floyd. The Floyd effect is in the play. The Floyd effect is in play when Tank Davis is boxing Mario Barrios and they giving all the rounds to Mario Barrios. Because you see Tank in a boxing match, you automatically say he lose. Oh, when Mario Barrios boxes good, you can see he boxing good. But if it's Tank, you don't see it. Or if it's Rigondeaux, he lose. Or if it's Michael Fox, he lose. Or if it's Corn Sinkow, he lose type shit. But if Tank is in the boxing match, he losing every round because he boxing. You know what I mean? Tank wasn't even getting hit with a lot of those shots Barrios was throwing. Barrios was just being active, trying to keep Tank at bay. Barrios did good though, but I'm getting inside the fight. Barrios was being more active than anything. You know what I mean? They was amazed. They was so amazed by the sight of the fight, the choreography of the fight. Seeing the guy throw that many punches at Tank and shit, that was so amazed. He looked worse in the Leo Santa Cruz fight. Leo Santa Cruz was busting Tank ass up. Mario Barrios wasn't even hitting him like Leo Santa Cruz hit him. By the time he got to that round with Leo Santa Cruz, Tank was fucked up in the face. Real talk, he wasn't even fucked up against Mario Barrios. Leo Santa Cruz was tagging Tank ass. And they had him and people say Leo Santa Cruz is where the fuck Vivi at? And people say Leo Santa Cruz, was an easy win type shit. He was busting Tank ass up. He just didn't have that power to put Tank out of there. But look at Tank face after that fight. Leo Santa Cruz put hands on Tank ass. But Barrios wasn't even. They how the fuck was Barrios winning every single round in a boxing match with Tank? Tank was boxing good in that fight. He was hitting the man in the body with the jab, hitting him with hook against the most shit. That wasn't giving credit, Tank credit for his boxing in that fight. And then Floyd was like, Tank, they got you down. Tank was like, what the fuck? Tank looked at Floyd like, what the fuck? Because he thought Floyd was saying he down. He was like, what the fuck you mean I'm down? It's like he didn't say that, but that was his face said. He said, what you he might have said some shit like, what you mean? Or some shit, but he felt like, bro, what the fuck you mean I'm down? And he went and got his ass up out of there. Barrios, the bigger fighter, the much bigger fighter. Is Josh Taylor, dog. Is Josh Taylor, dog. I feel like Tank need to fight Josh Taylor, but I feel like that'd be the best thing smoking for Tank. I think Josh Taylor be the best thing smoking for Tank. That's what I think. Undisputed. Undisputed fight had one more fight at 140. Hit that Josh Taylor train, man. Hit that Josh Taylor train hard. Hit that Josh Taylor campaign hard. Tank evolves after every fight. Facts. Tank learned from Santa Cruz fight and has boxed more using defense. Fact. And the ability to find the right time for the KO. Fact. The boy nice. I was so impressed by his bro. I was so impressed by his boxing ability against I was so impressed by his boxing ability against Mario Barrios, bro. Mario Barrios wasn't even touching him. That's what I was saying. A condo man, Leo Santa Cruz was touching that boy. He was touching that boy. Barrios wasn't really touching him like that, and they had Barrios winning every round. And people make fun of the Leo Santa Cruz fight. You know what I mean? And Leo Santa Cruz did much. Leo Santa before he got slept, because he did get his ass slept. But before he got slept, he was doing pretty fucking good, if you ask me. No cap. He was touching Tank, dog. He was touching Tank, bro. Man, if Leo Santa Cruz had had any more power, if he had had any kind of power, and there's a credit to Tank 10 too. But you can say what you want to say about Leo Santa Cruz not having power. I just seen Leo Santa Cruz he do, and they foul do worse than that type shit. And Tank's face was fucked up, really. His face was fucked up, really. So you can say that shit. Leo ain't got power. Them niggas be taking Leo power. Leo was busting. He was stinging Tank ass that day. He ain't got no power though. But I ain't gonna say he ain't got no power because he clearly got some kind of power for them folks to be losing to him like that. He only got 2 losses, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what I'm saying. Tank learned from the Cruz fight. Box more. Yup, facts, bro. The man looked good in that Barrios. I was highly impressed with Tank in the Barrios fight, bro. Barrios couldn't touch him. Barrios couldn't touch him. I think Tank need to fight. At this point, Tank need to fight Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez, or Josh Taylor or Teofimo Lopez. You know, something like that, though. I think he need to go get another belt. I think he need to get 2 divisions. I think it's time for him to get 2 real divisions. He got the belt at 130. I think it's time for him to get another real division. But I want to see him get another belt. I want to see him get another belt. That's what I want to see. Y'all, I'm high as a bitch. Do I look as high as I am? I'm high as a motherfucker, y'all. No cap. Lopez going to get exposed. Y'all saying Lopez say I got a sudden tea about that, but shit, we can go and talk about it real quick since I brought him up. Y'all saying Lopez say that he want to fight Josh Taylor and he dropping the belt. My bad. But here, yeah. I actually like Lopez. I think Lopez a pretty good fighter. I think Lopez is a pretty good fighter. Lopez got to fight Devin Haney. Lopez, Devin Haney is the fight. Tank need to go and beat up Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia be doing too much talking. Tank need to beat up Ryan Garcia. So we can throw Ryan Garcia in on the Tank list. Devin Haney, Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Tank. Because I'm tired of Ryan Garcia running around like he can fight it and shit. Hopefully JoJo Diaz gonna stop the Ryan Garcia hype train. Hopefully JoJo stop the go and stop the Ryan Garcia hype train. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to believe in Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia impressed me after Luke Campbell. That was a cool win, but ever since Luke Campbell win, dude been bullshitting, dude been tripping, dog. I think he's starting to smell himself, and he just doing number capping. The man supposed to fought Tank for tuning. They're about to fight JoJo, I guess, but he supposed to fight Tank for tuning. David Haney and some more shit. The man just been calling out people and not fighting. If he fight JoJo, that's cool. I give him credit for that. Luke Campbell to JoJo Diaz, them two good fights back to back. Those two good fights to prove that you belong. Now, even still, in the midst of all that, you were supposed to fight Devin Haney because you was his mandatory. So why is you fighting everybody but Devin Haney? Why is everybody fighting everybody but Devin Haney? I actually started to put Devin Haney in his thumbnail, but I said, "No, you know what? I'm gonna stick to the people that got robbed." But Devin Haney also falls under the Mayweather effect thing. You know what I mean? He falls under that jump too. Now he not being awarded no losses or nothing like that, but his style of fighting is under the Mayweather tree. And like I said a little earlier, I think Mayweather. I said Mayweather. I think Devin Haney do kind of look like Floyd Mayweather kids, but I think Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are are two bigger stars. For them maybe to try to get them up out of there. But then again, who knows? Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney, Shakur works with Bob Arum, so well maybe he might be more successful to the fix than Devin Haney though. You know what I mean? So maybe Devin Haney and Shakur do need to watch out for this Mayweather effect thing. What's good, Mike Reap? Appreciate you sliding through these, bro. We're here talking about the Mayweather effect and the basis, and basically the basis of what I was getting at is shit. Mayweather, outboxed everybody, made everybody look silly. They called it boring, and they know he couldn't sell and all that shit, even though he the highest grossest boxer ever. You know, so now I think that they trying to detour a whole generation of young fighters from fighting like Floyd Mayweather. Most boxers, especially like 35 and down, idolize Floyd fucking Mayweather. You know what I mean? We all saw Floyd Mayweather type shit. So I think they trying to deter a whole generation of fighters from not fighting like Floyd Mayweather. They try to make us believe that defensive fighting is boring, when actually defensive techniques and shit should be coached. It's not coached enough. You know what I mean? Most people just teach offense, and I think that's an advantage. To focus on defense, and I think they trying to call it boring and say it don't sell to do away with it. You know what I mean? But that's basically kind of what we was in this jump talking about, Mike. The Floyd Mayweather effect, and I think it all stems from Floyd Mayweather. I think guys like Michael Fox, guys like Robinson, Cosencow, and guys like Gilmore Rignadale still losing today because of the Floyd Mayweather effect. And you can go far back as to say, Sweet Pea Whitaker with the Julio Cesar Chavez thing. You can go back and throw that one in there too. But I feel like Floyd Mayweather, especially because of the how big he was in the sport, the fact that he left the powers that be, it became bigger in the sport and became bigger than the sport. He was able to create his own thing, you know what I mean, in the sport. So Floyd Mayweather, was an anomaly, and I think they try to make sure that another Floyd Mayweather isn't born because they can't beat it. Yeah, facts. Exactly, Mike. Yep. And I think Floyd Mayweather, I think people are, and they shouldn't have to. And I think boxers are still paying for Floyd Mayweather being so good and him not losing. Like I was saying earlier, most people tuned in to watch Floyd to see him lose. And it's deeper than just what you think. It started from the powers that be.
He left Top Rank, Bob Arum, all them guys. They control boxing. Let's just be real. They control the media. They got the biggest media platform. They make all the big fights. They fuck up fights too, but they made all the big fights and they fucked up all the big fights too. You know, they made all the big fights and they, you know, the fights that we didn't get is because they didn't make them. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by they fucked up some big fights too. So, you know, they are the people controlling boxing. So you get all of them watching, betting against Floyd, watching, waiting on him to lose because they want to see him lose and they hate him. They trying to put the pressure, put him in with this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. And Floyd is actually fighting. You know, a lot of these guys that they putting the media pressure on him about, he's beating these guys, making these guys look silly. You know what I mean? And that backfired against him. Floyd never lost. Floyd made a lot of money off them betting against Floyd. You know what I mean? So when Floyd Mayweather did that, I think it left a sour taste in their mouth. And now, when it comes to boxers, defensive boxers, especially black ones, and I think it's only particularly black ones. I'm gonna be for real. I think it's only particular black ones because again, when you got a guy like Lomachenko, you know, they say he's the next coming of Ali. They say, oh, he's the beautiful boxer. He's the best boxer since Floyd Mayweather. Then being Floyd Mayweather is a good thing when you got like a guy like Lomachenko who fights like Floyd Mayweather. But when you got a guy like Shakur Stevenson, you got a guy like Devin Haney, you got a guy like Michael Fox, you got a guy like Robson Carson Core who can completely come in there and dominate guys. And those two guys take losses, you know what I mean? But you got guys like Devin Haney and Shakur who they say are bored, just like they said about Floyd. I think they trying to do away with a whole style of boxing, bro. When he beat the Golden Boy, the gay started to come. The hate started to come. Yeah, the boy, oh, he was running around the ring. Oscar, that sound like some shit Oscar De La Hoya would say too. He was just running the whole time. I mean, he wouldn't let me beat him up. He wouldn't let me punch him in the face. He wouldn't. He wouldn't let me win the fight. I think Oscar De La Hoya did say that shit. He was running the whole time. It's really cold for. He won't stop punching. He won't stop punching me in my shit. My bad, y'all. Oscar can't handle full speed. Yeah, I think. I think Oscar was gonna get his ass beat against Vitor Belfort. I think that's why he pulled out because he wasn't ready. Because he wasn't ready. Nah, but he did have COVID though. They say he did have COVID though. People was saying that he did have COVID. So I ain't gonna do that to Oscar though. But I just say this. I think I think I think Vito was gonna beat up Oscar. Oscar too old. Oscar don't look healthy. Oscar don't look healthy enough to beat Vito. Y'all in here having real conversation. Salute for yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, now we talking about Oscar, you know, he a joke, so we had a little comic relief. Oscar brought us a little comic relief. Shout out Oscar. I ain't got no hate against Oscar. Oscar great. I just like to make jokes on Oscar. No, he wasn't ready. Yeah, that's what I think. Oscar lost her Pernell. Yeah, facts he need to give on his W back. Yeah. Yeah. That's the floor. Yeah, yep. Know what I was saying? Like, it's the Floyd Mayweather effect, and then you know you could throw Sweet Pea in there beforehand. Yep, for sure. I use Floyd because Floyd got so big with it, but yep, Sweet Pea in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying too. No disrespect to Sweet Pea, but you know, Floyd was just a little more offensive than Sweet Pea, so it was even harder to give Floyd them losses. You know what I mean? It was even harder to give Floyd them losses. Floyd showed us defense with the extreme offense too. Sweet Pea had, you know, excellent defense, but his offense wasn't quite as quick as Floyd with them hands. Floyd got really, really quick hands type shit. Sweet Pea got quick hands too, so don't get me wrong. I ain't saying shit wrong about Sweet Pea, but because I don't want to make it a Floyd Sweet Pea thing. But it is a Floyd Sweet Pea thing. You get what I'm saying? It's their effect, Floyd and Sweet Pea. If there was no Sweet Pea, and Floyd said this too, so boom, this how I'm gonna do this. If there was no Sweet Pea, there'd be no Floyd, because Floyd said that. Floyd looked at Sweet Pea. Also, Floyd was bigger than Pernell. Pernell was tiny up. He didn't have that pop either. Yeah, quite like Floyd. Pour that plus 350, Hearn that plus 400, two live dogs. Yeah, yep. Floyd was able to fight one for the plus of E. Yeah. Floyd had that best kind of lead on his defense. Floyd had that offense too. Yeah, Floyd was a little bigger. But Floyd said that he watched Pernell. So Floyd used Pernell to sharpen his game type shit, you know what I'm saying? So the Floyd Mayweather effect, the Pernell Whitaker effect, all that good shit. They the same guy really. Floyd is Pernell, really, when you look at it. He is little Pernell. He a Pernell baby. You can't look at Floyd Mayweather and say he like you can look at Floyd Mayweather and know, yeah, he used to watch Pernell Whitaker. So that's the same shit, really. So but the Floyd Mayweather effect, like it's still the Pernell effect still hunting these fighters today. Like they not damn, that's a good one, bro. They not, yeah, like Kobe and MJ. Yep. They not trying to give, they want to put an end to that shit. They trying to bury this shit. I think they trying to detour a whole generation of fighters to not fight like that. And I want to be, I feel like and it's crazy. Like we all love boxing. We all boxing purists. It's crazy the sport we love so much, and that's why I fuck with people who could understand. But you could keep it real, and you can still watch the sport. You just gotta call out the fuck shit, just like you call out when your fighter do good and all that good shit. You gotta call out, the fuck shit too. I call out everything, you know what I mean? So if you could watch boxing like that, if you could acknowledge the fuck shit, you could still enjoy boxing. We can enjoy boxing because we keep it real. We know those fucked up, those fucked up. We can admit when our fighters fucked up. We get on the our fighters too. That's the part they don't tell you. We get on everybody, you know what I mean? The facts are facts. Facts are facts. The truth is the truth. Facts are with feelings. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, goddamn it. It's like it is what it is. You can't change what it is. And if you can accept it, you can still enjoy this fucked up ass sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I just say, if you can accept all that shit, you can accept the truth is the truth. You can enjoy this fucked up, corrupt ass sport of boxing, bro. Pernell gave both the men style. The thing is, he would have never made it that big because of things like one size, two lack of speaking, three lack of pop, four lack of big. Number four, really what it was. Pernell wasn't really hip, and that's really terrible. That's really fucked up. He wasn't hip for sure. Four probably should have been number one, Ghost. Four probably should have been one. I'm a huge Sweet Pea fan. Fun watching him fight. Yeah. I went back and did my homework on Sweet Pea. I don't see how Boo's defense of style is the floor in Sweet Pea way. I don't see how Boo's defense of style is the floor in Sweet Pea way. So then Johnny said he was helped by Malik that one time. That's a big point. Yeah, fact. He beat the nigga by having Malik there for just one day. That's tough. Yep. I got to go back and watch that John Ghost, break that John down, take my pieces and shit. Because he dropped 3 gems. There was a gem. He dropped a gem about Al, and then he dropped a gem about I got to go back and watch it though. But I know it was when he said it. I remember, boom, 3 of them hit my head. I gotta go back and watch it. I made notes. I seen. Damn, big goes big goes. Again, I appreciate everybody that came through. If y'all haven't, could y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend and tell a friend. Appreciate y'all good folks for sliding through. I know I came on earlier than normal this time, but it is what it is. I got some going a little later, so I said I'm gonna go a little earlier so I can stay a little longer. I don't think none of the other LDBC brothers went on live. Again, I'm not LDBC, but those are my brothers. Don't get that shit twisted. But I don't think none of them went on live this morning, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna go and hop on type shit. Did Fanon go live? I don't think Fanon went. Did Fanon go? Now for nothing, I go, yeah, see. I don't think nobody else realized. So I see, you know what, fuck, I can go on a little earlier type shit. No, I ain't finna roll. I ain't finna roll. I ain't finna roll, bro. I ain't finna roll. I'm just thanking the people that came in and all this. Y'all telling y'all could y'all like the video. And y'all did like the video. I got 23 likes, so I appreciate it. I appreciate that. But no, I ain't finna roll though. We rolling. I'm, I'm talking shit, kicking spit about this Floyd shit. Cause I'm a Floyd baby. I'm 30 years old. You know, Floyd got me into boxing heavy. You know what I'm saying? There was an early stretch, where because my folks like, Winky Wright type shit. I picked up on Hector Camacho, through TV shows, through media and shit like that. But when my mind was developed as I was growing, Floyd Mayweather was one of the first people that caught my developing mind. Like, oh, I like boxing. I like that dude. That dude got a nice fade. I want to rock a fade. Oh, that dude real fast. He had blood. Oh, he quick with his feet like that. I like, watching Floyd. Man, he was knocking people out at that time. He would beat ass. He would beat ass at that. He was pretty boy Floyd. He used to come out there, with the smile, type shit. I used to fuck with. He was real quiet then, so he wasn't even the person he was now. But he used to shoot the smile, but he was real calm then. I used to fuck with, yeah, Ricky White the man for sure. Two, he mentioned the talent Malik has as a coach. Like, yeah, like yup, his wisdom. Winky Wright was the man. Yeah, facts. Winky for sure was the man, dog. That was one of my early guys. This is what I grew up on. Winky Wright, Hector Camacho, Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, and Manny Pacquiao, y'all. That's what I grew up on. Them was my guys. Dog. No cap. Winky Wright. Winky Wright too. Winky Wright kind of fall in this, boxer guy. Jab, deep. He had that crazy jab, but he used to beat your ass too, though. Hit you with the body. He used to attack the body more, though. But Winky Wright had that excellent jab. You know what I'm saying? But he took punishment. Winky Wright actually Winky Wright and Earl got a similar style to me a little bit. They got a similar style to me a little bit. He took a little punishment, but he had that jab too. Winky could kind of fall in this category too, how they kind of robbed him, a bunch of, with a bunch of shit. Penn State versus Auburn. Floyd, the dude, he had the best back foot and front foot boxing and defensive ability. Winky Wright is a cool dude, very down to earth. I met him in Fox. Yeah, man, Winky Wright one of my favorite all-time boxers ever, dog. Like Winky Wright, the way people look at Roy Jones and shit, that's how I look at Winky Wright. The way people look at, Floyd, that's how I look at Winky Wright. Winky Wright, one of the first eyes too. When I was locked in the boxing, he one of the first eyes too I locked in, though. You know what I'm saying? So man, yeah, shout out to Winky Wright. Dog. I fuck with Winky Wright. Well, I look at Winky the same. I look at Winky like Floyd. I look at Winky like Manny. I look at him like, cause he a great. A lot of those losses are not supposed to be losses. And Winky had to lead the country to fight. Winky was the, Winky really had to lead the country to get fights. Folks was not trying to fight Winky in his prime. Winky was on some shit, some rigging down shit. But he was born over here, had to go leave and come back type shit to get some fights type shit. Them folks didn't want to fight that man. That man was scared. Floyd perfected multiple styles and mixed them in one. Yeah, Floyd was a motherfucker. Yeah, Floyd was a different beast. Floyd knew he had to be perfect though, because Floyd knew that was out to get him. Floyd knew he had to be perfect to win. Like he couldn't get hit too much because they was gonna say that he lost the fight. You know what I mean? And just in general, Floyd knew he had to be perfect. And I think they trying to cut that out. I think they like again, I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna keep saying this throughout the video because I don't know how much of this shit people gonna listen to. So I want to make sure I say this at every point, goddamn it. I think they trying to discourage a whole generation of fighters from fighting this way. And I think it's the Floyd Mayweather effect, the Sweet Pea effect. A lot of guys fall under this. A lot of guys have fallen victim to this. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I think I think, and we are bringing a bigger light to it because I think that's the reason that Michael Fox lost. I think that's the reason Rosin Cosin Cal lost. I think that's the reason that Guillermo Rigondeaux lost. Is the Floyd Mayweather Sweet Pea effect because they don't want to see that style of boxing. Mike, and let's just use Michael Fox and let's just use Cohen Sinclair because people, like I said, people already got shout out Fox and Brown coming through this. What's good, AB? Slide. Shout out Slide Encounter. I thought Winky B. Vargas and Taylor he was robbed a couple times throughout his career. Facts. Shout out Foxy Brown with the love. I appreciate you with the super sticker. Greatly appreciate it, Queen. Greatly appreciate it. Everybody say what's up to Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown, this your first time coming through. Appreciate you sliding through this jump. They want us to brawl and lose brain cells. Right, Ghost. No, no, I ain't trying to lay, but you right, Ghost. Facts though. Facts though, Ghost. That shit is crazy though. They do want us beat up though. That shit is wild though. But I just think that I think like you said, Ghost, they want to see us beat up, and I think it's just us because when you get somebody else who come in here and who fight that way, they could still win their fights. When you get somebody else who come in here and fight that way, they can still get the wins. For example, just like you use who did I use earlier? Like they say, like Lomachenko, they were saying that Lomachenko is the best fighter since Floyd Mayweather, the best fighter since Ali. It's cool to say Lomachenko the best fighter since Floyd Mayweather because he got similarities to Floyd. And yes, Lomachenko do have some similarities to Floyd. Sometimes when I see Lomachenko let them fucking hands go, what I mean, he switched, he get out of there like that. I be like, damn, they just my eyes. Sometimes I do see it. But no, he is not no fucking Floyd Mayweather. But when you come to press that shit down our throat, we start to hate Lomachenko. But I'm getting off subject. But when a guy like Lomachenko do that, he get praised for it. But y'all hinder y'all praise Floyd for that. And I could see that because I was a Floyd fan. You know what I mean? I'm a Floyd baby. So I just think, and then I just think it's the Floyd Mayweather, the Sweet Pea effect, bro. They know. Let's just be real. I'm just gonna be real today. Genetically, bro. Genetics has a lot to do with boxing. Genetics has a lot to do with anything. A lot to do with basketball, baseball, football. Any sport you play is genetics. Genetics are real. Let's be real. Genetically, that is our style of fighting. Let's just be real. That's the Black American style of fight. They trying to, and that's why I keep saying this, and I'm keep getting deep into it as long as I go in this video. They trying to suppress the Black American style of fighting. They trying to do away with that style. They trying to discourage a whole generation not to fight like that. That's why Michael Fox lost. That's why Rigondeaux lose. That's why Robinson, Corson, Core lose. They wanted the Brazilians, Cubans, Black Americans. You can say what you want to. We got similar styles. Some of us are better here and there type shit, but it's the same style, bro. It's the same shit. You can say what you want to. They call us runners, quote unquote. They the runners. You know what runners code for? Listen to the word runners. And I'm finna get back in the chat. I'm finna let my dog out. But listen to the word runners. What do runners sound like? Oh, they runners. Oh, they be running. Them the runners. Listen to what it sounds like. Anything ER. Anything ER coming from not my brother sounds suspect to me. No cap. World Combat Sports. Appreciate you sliding through this, John Brody. He's a Floyd master. His defense intelligence will play a significant role in his long-term career. Facts. Robinson outlanded that dude 11 to 12 rounds by a margin. He lost for coming out here. Facts. He outlanded him 11 to 12 rounds, and the round that he didn't, it was the tie. Shout out L Jack for sliding through this junk. Yeah, skinny, 8-9 guys, Jude. Shout out my boy L Jack. Knockout out. We gotta follow each other again on Twitter, bro. I got a new channel. Shout out Fox Man. Yeah. So think about it. Really Bo, beat up, lost intellect, business mind, broke right now. Fox Brown, I always listen to you. My granddaughter changed my name. I'm Alice. Okay, bitch. Okay, bitch. Appreciate that. Ryan Brown skin fight is the best one. It's out there can be. They also got more star power. It's historically proven. I kind of said Floyd was very intelligent, plus had one of the best reflexes I've seen on the athlete. The nigga make it to the stars with his brain cells say he becomes Floyd. If he has no brains, easy to control. Right. They fear another Floyd 2.0, their biggest fear. They can't let another Floyd be. Yep, facts, bro. Facts. Yeah, shout out Alex. Shout out AB slide through this. AB made my Southern T intro. Shout out AB for the Southern T intro and the Southern T outro. Appreciate you, slide. Yeah. But yeah, that's really what it is. They fear another Floyd 2.0, their biggest fear. They can't let another Floyd be. Exactly. And I think we got two, and I think it's too late for two of them right now. I think it's too late for Devin and Shakur. They already stars. They already made. They got too big a name for them to try to fuck them over. At least that's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? At least that's what I'm thinking. But they still putting that boring tag on them. And that's why I always refute that shit so hard. I always go so hard against people when they say that Shakur or Devin is boring, because I heard y'all say the same thing about Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather is fucking great. I have barely seen Devin and Shakur get touched. I haven't seen Shakur get touched yet. And Devin Haney only got touched in his last fight. You know what I mean? Because he was trying to impress you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So I haven't seen those young bulls get touched yet. So I'm not gonna never be the one to tell those young bulls go in there and put on a good go in there and put on a good show, nigga. Make sure you healthy. Come out of there alive. Win. Put on a good show, my nigga. That's what I'm gonna tell them, bro. I'm not no, because they want to see you beat up. They want to see you falling. Deontay Wilder showed you that. They didn't start putting heavyweights in the pound for pound until Deontay Wilder lost. They was keeping heavyweights at the pound for pound until Deontay Wilder lost. Deontay Wilder had 40 fights and 40 knockouts, knocked out everybody. They love Mike Tyson. They love Mike Tyson. They love Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson went 19-0 19 knockouts. Deontay Wilder did that twice, plus two, 40. He did it 40 times, not 19 times. He went 40 and 0. 19, 19, 38, 20, 20, 40. He did it. He did it twice plus two. You know what I mean? And they still hate Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder lose. Deontay Wilder was already a big star. Deontay Wilder lose and become a bigger star than he ever been, because they celebrated this man lost so heavy that they didn't care if cheating happened. They didn't care if he got drugged. They didn't care if none of that shit like that happened. They were just ready to celebrate his loss. And all he did was knock niggas out. Floyd Mayweather didn't get touched. Tank Davis put on the show inside and outside. They gonna complain no matter what you do, bro. But that Floyd Mayweather shit is real. They don't want to make no more Floyd. That's why they call us runners and they call us boring, because they don't want to see that shit. Morel, David, and Shakur also Tank. I agree. Let Lone Fire's career develop before labeling them anything. Fact, sliding counting. That's the best thing you could do, bro. No cap, sliding counting. Now we get into the time where we should start judging Tank Davis. Tank Davis, what, 26, 27? Okay, now let's Tank. Let's see what you're doing, Tank. That's about the right age to be real with you, unless you like Jerome Bruce Ennis and you've been fighting all your motherfucking life and you had fucking 30 fights before you 24, then you might be a little advanced. You might can go on, get your ass up in there. But these guys have to develop. Really, Tank really extremely developed too, to be real with you. Tank extremely developed. Be real. Tank ready. Tank ready. He ready. There's four guys who have star potential like Floyd. Their defensive match, effective aggression, and think. Glad football back on though. You don't gotta worry about football teams. They can't duck each other. Right. I be calling football on my channel too, y'all. I'm calling the games tomorrow. I call the NFL games. I'm gonna be doing the NBA games and shit too. You know, the big jumps, the jumps I like. You know, the Grizzly games. I got to bring y'all then when you dreams. But I'm gonna be calling all the big games and shit, all the football games, basketball games, all that good shit. Southern T and sports. Southern T boxing and sports. I'm bringing the N sports. This why I opened it up for N sports. Y'all didn't see me slide the N sports in like 2 months ago. Y'all saw me slide the N sports. Now y'all remember I used to be Southern T boxing. True, he fought much more aggressive for his audience. Then he get touched once and villain fighter. Yeah, right. Them folks say David Hayden the bull, David Hayden the bull, David Hayden don't got no pop. David Hayden won 10 rounds straight, stepped in 11 round, got hit. And them folks been talking about them last 2 rounds more than they ever talked about David Hayden. I said, but y'all really with your shit. Y'all asking to be more aggressive. He be more aggressive. Get hit. Y'all want to see him get hit, then y'all mad because he recovered. That's why y'all mad. Y'all talk about how he recovered, how he grabbed him. Y'all mad he recovered. Y'all not mad how he recovered. Y'all mad that he recovered. Say that shit one more time, Skin Hardaway. Y'all not mad. Y'all not mad how he recovered. Y'all mad that he recovered. That's what y'all mad at. When Deontay wins on the night, I bet you he'll be bigger than Floyd. I don't even want to compare them two like that, even though Floyd do slick be hating on Deontay. And I don't understand it why they can't coincide. Maybe they might be able to coincide better now since Deontay got that one mark by his name. I think that's what it is too with Floyd. You know, Floyd ain't all good. Floyd got his pros and his cons too. And I think that's one of Floyd's cons. The way he treat Deontay, the way he treat guys who could be threats to him when he really got to realize that nobody is a threat to him. All these guys probably looked up to you just to be real. Just to be real. All these guys know who you are. You the black messiah to be real. And I said what I said he is. Y'all know how we, especially in the boxing community, Floyd is the one of the richest men in the world. And he's the boxer. You know how we look at Floyd. So Deontay probably a fan of yours, to be real with you. So I don't know why Floyd and Deontay never got that. But maybe you might be a little more comfortable with yourself, Floyd Mayweather. That now that Deontay got that one behind his record, and y'all might be able to get along after he knocked out Tyson Fury. But yes, I do think Deontay Wilder's gonna be hella big. Deontay Wilder do have that Floyd potential. He really does, even at 36. Deontay Wilder got about 4, 6 more years of doing this shit. I mean, especially after this win. But you got to be a different type of nigga to beat Deontay Wilder. You got to be a different type of nigga to beat Deontay Wilder. You got to be a certain size. Deontay Wilder go spark you niggas. And he learned how to box now. He learned how to box to fight you young niggas. You think he only learned how to box to fight Tyson Fury, which is true. But he not just learning how to box to fight Tyson Fury. He learned how to box to fight you young niggas when he might think his power might deteriorate. It's not that his power ever go deteriorate or he think it go deteriorate, but when he think his power might deteriorate, he want to have that boxing in there because even a deteriorated power of Deontay Wilder is stronger than 90-95% of these men in here. So when he learned how to box and he still be hitting y'all with that motherfucking power when he 40, 41 and shit, y'all can be surprised like, damn, why Deontay still boxing? This because Deontay unleash this shit against Tyson Fury. But you think this gonna be the only boxing camp he gonna have? He been boxing camp for this long. After he knocked Tyson Fury ass out, he can only get better. You know what I mean? But my bad. We got him Deontay. But I don't even want to say that they gonna be bigger or what. But I hope somebody do reach Floyd. I hope there is another Floyd Mayweather. I hope a bunch of people reach Floyd Mayweather. I hope a bunch of people be bigger than Floyd Mayweather. So you right, Ghost. I'm gonna say it too. Or who that was. Yeah, Ghost, fuck it. You right, Ghost. I'm gonna say it right. I hope it be a bunch of people bigger than Floyd. And I think Floyd need to get over it if they are. You know what I mean? Because this Floyd probably, I feel like he don't want people to usurp him. Nigga, we not gonna forget you, Floyd. Ain't nobody gonna forget you, Floyd. Nobody's gonna forget you, bro. Niggas can be in the room with you, dog. Niggas can be in the room with you, but nobody gonna forget you, Floyd. Nigga, I watched you from a fucking baby. Don't forget this shit. Niggas not gonna forget this shit. I grew up with you, nigga. Real talk. So nigga not gonna forget you, bro. But yeah, that Deontay Wilder shit gotta stop. Wilder Fury 3, 1.1 million pay-per-views. Somewhere up in there. I think at the least 800K is the bottom. So if 1.5, what? That's the top. 800K the bottom. I think 800K, 750. I think that's the bottom. That's the bottom. I hope D goes and defends the entire 10 times just to make them more mad. Facts. He be slick. Hey, Wilder going to be big as Ali in my opinion. Yeah, fact. Yep. Wilder, Floyd, Ali, Wilder. Like it's like, you know, pillars. Like when you hear those names, Roy Jones to a degree, but not quite. But Roy Jones to a degree too. But like when you hear those in a black, no, I mean they usurp, they usurp, you know, everybody know them, Floyd, Ali, Mike Tyson, you know, Roy Jones, Deontay Wilder. Cause it's crazy. My mama know Deontay Wilder, and she know Floyd Mayweather. She know Ali. She know Mike. And I actually know who Deontay Wilder was, and she know him. You know what I mean? So she know who Deontay Wilder is, which is crazy. Because she don't know none of them folks. She only know Floyd, Ali, and Mike because everybody know them. You know what I mean? Type shit. Now lad did 850 and bigger than that already. Fact. So you know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the bottom. I'm saying that's the bottom. Wilder is good at transition positions after land the right hand. If he hands the first thing his bit, he'll be much better as a fighter. I think 1 mil is the minimum. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it, dog. I hope you're right, Ghost. I think you're right. I think you're right, Ghost. We're going 1 mil. 1 mil the bottom. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all got me a $25, brother. Appreciate that, my good people. But I'm gonna turn my air on, y'all. Come on, right? No. I hope it don't do too much over 1.5 because I don't everybody. Man, that's a nigga for you, dog. The bank don't do too good. I don't want money. Oh, that's the quote. That's the quote. That's the quote of the fight right there. Nobody thought Bo do too much better than 1.5. I don't want to put money in third pocket. I hope the one after this with AJ do 2-3, it'll be in Africa. Yeah, rumble. Yep, facts. Yep, that'll be beautiful. And put that whole AJ Wilder in Africa. Hell yeah. Ooh, that'll be like what? George and Ali. Ooh, yeah, put that bitch in Africa. Oh God, we gotta go to Africa, y'all. That shit'll be major, fool. Oh God. We gotta push that shit, bro. We gotta start pushing that shit, but we gotta make this shit real, y'all. We gotta make this shit real, y'all. What's good, Cop? Cop, we was having a good conversation today, Cop. Big reason. Big reason I respected Pernell Whitaker as a fighter. He had all the skill set and recognition as a fighter and didn't have to hate on nobody. Yeah, fact. Shout out Pernell, dog. Pernell GOAT. Pernell for sure one of the GOATs. The best defensive fighter. Him and Floyd. Oh shit, 17 by this boy Chan fans on. Let's get it. Appreciate you sliding through this John Capital Orber regions. I've been fucking up y'all names. I'm buying two of each and every shirt from D because I'm not buying this pay-per-view. No money, D. No money for fear. Let's see. Cop like, let's see. But yeah. Fuck fear. Okay. Yeah, I gonna play it. Yeah, too. Okay, my bad. But yeah, dog, I just think what the fuck we was talking about? I was gonna start talking about the goddamn Florida figure. What we was talking about? D Berry, Pernell. Oh yeah, we was talking about the Florida Fair. We did go back. My shit stopped. My shit froze up. My shit froze. Nah, okay, I see it. Okay, bet, AB. Again, appreciate everybody sliding through this joint though. But yeah, dog, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for October 19th. We talking about it. Y'all brought it up. I ain't bringing it up this time. Y'all brought it up. I'm ready for October 9th. I just got some. I just got some good news. So You know. Hold on, y'all. Real quick. Nothing to do with boxing. Real quick. Who y'all football teams? Devin Blocker. What's good, homie? Appreciate you sliding through this, junk. Appreciate you sliding through this, junk, homie. We ain't just done talking about the Florida thing. I guess I can get. I guess I be having to feel. I be having to feel y'all in when y'all come in. We talking about the Florida effect, bro, and how fighters still paying for it today. How fighters like Michael Fox, Corin Sinclair, and Rigondeaux can still lose these fights. The Floyd Mayweather Pernell effect. I feel like they trying to discourage a whole generation from fighting the way that Floyd Mayweather fight, which is why they try so hard to tell you that Floyd Mayweather fighting style was boring or Floyd Mayweather style wouldn't sell. But he left Top Rank and he became the biggest thing in boxing. He became bigger than boxing. He made the most money in boxing. But they told you that Floyd Mayweather style couldn't sell. And I think that they're trying to keep another Floyd Mayweather from being born. They're discouraging fighters from fighting this way by giving these fighters L's, fighters like Michael Fox, Rigondeaux, Corin Sinkow, giving them L's, so they could discourage a group of fighters, a generation of fighters, not to fight like Floyd Mayweather. I think fighters like Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson have already went past, the point to where they could be fucked over without a big uproar. You know what I mean? So maybe it's too late for Shakur and Devin. They are big stars in their own, and we watching them closely. But they got to be even more perfect as far as the Floyd Mayweather style go, that quote unquote boring style. I feel like they got to be even more perfect because I feel like that they don't really encourage that. I feel like they are at a point where they could be bigger than the system. I kind of feel like Shakur should get away from Top Rank because history shows most people do better when they leave Top Rank. They make more money when they leave Top Rank. Floyd Mayweather, Michael Garcia, just to name a few real quick. DP said Cincinnati. AB said Miami. Okay, but yeah, I just think that they tell you Floyd boring. I think Michael Fox lost, and this gonna sound funny, but look, I think they tell you that Floyd boring. I think they tell you Michael Fox lost. I think they tell you Ringo lost. I think they tell you Corin Sinclair lost. I think they tell you Shakur boring. I think they tell you David Hayner boring. I think the reason that Sweet Pea Whitaker lost before Floyd Mayweather, and the reason that they wanted Floyd to lose so bad, the reason that Floyd was such a big star, is all because of Floyd's fault. Yes, I just blame Floyd Mayweather for Michael Fox losing. I blame him for Rigondeaux losing, and I named him for Corin Sinclair losing. Corin Sinclair losing because it's all part of the Floyd Mayweather effect. Michael Fox boxed too goddamn good. That was his problem. He went out there and he boxed too good. You can't go out there and look like Floyd Mayweather and embarrass your opponent. You embarrass your opponent. You can't do that. You know what happened to Rigondeaux? He boxed too good. You can't go out there and embarrass your opponent and make them look real silly like an amateur. You can't be out there embarrassing they prize fighters like that. You can't do that. Do you know why? Goddamn, who's the other guy put in here? Fox, Sinclair, Rigondeaux. Oh yeah, do you know why Michael Fox lost? Because he beat the shit out of Masquerade. Masquerade know that he beat the shit out of him, and Michael Fox know he won that fight. Everybody know he won that fight, and that's why he lost. Because you can't be out there embarrassing people that these people mess with. You can't be out there making their fighters look bad. That's why they lost. It's out of Floyd Mayweather effect. No, we don't want to see that style because that style already got one of these runners rich, and we can't let no more of these runners get rich because their running shit is boring. You know what I mean? Slag Johnson, what kills me? Most of these fields they call runners land more punching. Exactly. Listen to what they calling us runners. Y'all some runners. Runner. Runner. I hope the touchdown added the truth. Rigondeaux, feather style, they would appreciate him between the right. No T, that's not for his fault. It's deeper than that. Yeah, Kyle. Talk to me, Kyle. Talk to me, Kyle. What you mean by that, Kyle? What exactly do you mean by that, Cop? What exactly do you mean by? Yeah, it's deeper than that for sure. It's deeper than that for sure, Cop. Can't find a new page. I got you. I got you. I got you, LJ. No, NBF. NBF Cop. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Genetically. Yeah. I hit on that a little bit, Cop. I hit on that a little bit too. They trying to get rid of a whole. That's what I mean when I say they trying to discourage a whole generation of fighters from fighting their way, which is why a lot of these fighters are starting to get these losses earlier in their career before they get big enough for us to see them. You know what I mean? They try to give them losses early so we could not look at them because they're always so sacred. A lot of these fights like getting losses early. Like a lot of people feel like Michael Fox was robbed in a couple of his fights, including this one. You know what I mean? They giving a lot of these fighters these losses early and they're hindering them from being stars before they even get to that point. And then you got a guy like Rigondeaux, who they've been saying boring and don't sell for so long that you got people to start to believe it. I had made a comment earlier. I said media is so big and so powerful. If they say something enough times, people start to believe it. You start to believe it. So if the media comes to saying Rigondeaux is boring, then people gonna start to believe that Rigondeaux is boring. Even people with great boxing minds and boxing fanatics gonna start to believe that Rigondeaux is boring if they keep pressing this. Just like I saw people believe AJ and Wilder was true. Real boxing fans, real boxing historians started to believe it because they said it so much. Gave up football team when he begging anybody in the week. Man, like fighters like Pep, Tony Robinson, Ali, Leonard, Camacho, Whitaker, Mayweather, Bird, Spence Jr., etc. All kind of reactive fighters with movement, but were changed and successful. Yep, facts. That's what they can be, nor can they make money off our fighters any longer. Deontay, this generation's Thanos, he going to bring universe's balance back. They just keep reporting the lie and it works. Yeah, fact, yep. Yep. People start to believe, man. Sometimes if you even people of sound mind are start to believe bullshit if they hear it that day. Let me get into that which I read. I'm just gonna use this for example. If you tell a sometimes let me whisper this. If you tell a pretty girl enough times every day, they just say I always went to high school, right? It's like the finest girl in the school. Let's say if you tell that pretty girl every day, you ugly, you ugly. You check it every day, you make fun of she could be the prettiest girl in the world. Let's say you check her, make fun, you talk stuff about it. Before it's over with, that pretty girl gonna start think she ugly because you've been calling her ugly every day and she know goddamn well she the finest thing walking. But you tell her that every day. Now she gonna start to take what you feel, to heart because you say that shit every single day. You hear that every single day. But she gonna start to believe it because you see her every day and you say this shit every day. Now she gonna start basing her feelings off just how you feel. We all do that sometimes. We get caught up in opinions or we get caught up in too much, and then we start to believe it. That's just like me. It's me to tell you every day. Uh, Skinny Holloway, a hillbilly from Mississippi. Skinny Holloway, a hillbilly from Mississippi. Skinny Holloway, you from Mississippi. You from Mississippi. If you keep they put on Wikipedia, I'm from Mississippi, even though I'm from Memphis. You gonna start to believe that shit they keep saying. They keep saying Deontay Wilder gets knocked out. If Deontay Wilder got TKO, he never got knocked out. He was on his feet. If they keep saying Deontay Wilder gets knocked out, he got knocked out by Fury. He got knocked out by Fury. He got knocked out by Fury. He got knocked. People gonna start to think that he got knocked out by Fury when he didn't. He got TKO. Deontay Wilder was on his feet when they stopped that fight. He didn't get knocked out. He got stopped. He was never knocked out in that fight. He was always of mind in that fight. He was never asleep. At no point in that fight was he asleep. If you keep saying it long enough, it becomes true. Ringo one of the greatest boxers of all time, yeah, facts. They'll say anything to demean us, but the media and their nonsense is over. We're rising without them in our pockets. The rich are becoming the poor. That's called physical effect. That happened to this girl I dated on God. She was fine here, but she thought she was ugly because folks made fun of her lips and natural hair. Yeah, facts. Like if you do that, people start to believe that shit though. And they could be the finest thing in the world, bro. I swear. They could be the finest thing in the world. He was throwing a punch. But yeah, facts. Yep, facts. They start like he. Matter of fact, he didn't even get TKO, bro. They threw in the towel. I lied on D. I lied on D. He didn't even get TKO. It say TKO. Breland threw in the towel. Breland stopped the fight. The ref didn't stop that fight. Breland stopped that fight. D didn't even get stopped, bro. Breland stopped that fight. Breland stopped that fight. He didn't even get stopped. Now I'm lying on him. Now I'm lying on him. My bad, bro. Now I'm lying on him. Look. Now they rubbing off on me. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? If you say some shit enough times, if you're from Mississippi, then you play into another. But if you say I'm from Great River, they get mad because they know you're in the truth of the Great River. Yeah, fact. Yep, fact. Exactly. Facts. See, they didn't say that shit so much they threw me off. He didn't even get TKO, but it say on box rec it say TKO. You know what I'm saying? That's what it say. It say TKO. They been lying so much to me, they didn't got me. You know what I'm saying? See, that shit'll throw you off if you put the lies out. If you put the lies in their face enough times, bro. Subconsciously, bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who really fuck with the sport, real, genuine motherfuckers will start to believe this dump. And I just let that shit come out my mouth like that. You know what I'm saying? But his corner stopped that. Breathing stopped that shit, which is why he ain't throwing no more. Fuck breathing. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. That slipped out. My bad. My bad. I ain't mean to say that. I really didn't though. My bad. My bad. I ain't mean to say that. But yeah, though, bro, like we can't continue to let them control the media. We can't continue to let them do this to our fighters. And I fuck with how, the people spoke up for Michael Fox. I fuck with how, people, speaking up for Corn Sinkow. Blue Blood is still talking about Corn Sinkow, and I love it. I feel like I thought I was talking about a little too much because I started to see Valdez's face and shit on my page too much. I'm like, I'm talking about this shit too much. Nigga, Blue Blood been going hard. I'm finding out new information about this shit from Blue Blood. That nigga finna get sued. Corn Sinkow finna give him some money. They finna fix some shit. They took him out the rankings, but they still let him keep the belt. That's some bullshit. They need to push that jump too. We need to get, we need to put, bro, bro, how the fuck you pass? Stop it. We need more than him took him out the rankings. We need the belt gone. I want his pride and joy. I want what that nigga love. I want the belt. I want what you worked for. I want that shit. That got to be gone. That shit need to be gone. They can't play me because I learned who we are to the land. Facts. My breathing get lost on his record. That's a go. Facts, Doc. Facts. Mark Breeden lost. That's who lost. Mark Breeden lost. Deontay. Mark Breeden lost. Cop Deontay Wilder didn't lose. I told you that's we got lost. Bro, Mark Breeden lost. That was being prepared to fight when he's going down. Yeah, yep. Press his ass. I don't want. Yep, Valdez owed that man. He owed him the bill. He owed him some money for his grief, and he cheated. And I think Corey Sinkow, his back be hurting because that fight with Valdez too. He cheated and his back be hurting all the time. Yep, yep. He hurt. He hurt from that. He might not. He got to fight. He ain't got no choice but to fight. That's the way he make his money. But his back be hurting, so he need to make sure that he get, you know, for this. While he, going through this, he need to be quick too, because he need to earn. He need to get paid. He need to get the right medical shit. So y'all need to pay him so he can get the right medical stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all need, or so he don't have to continue fighting with this bad back that he suffered against Valdez in this situation, because he got to make his money. This is how he make his living. I mean, so he's always going to be working to get back into boxing. He can work out his back and all that good stuff, but he needs to be compensated for the time that he will have to miss. I think my guy will have to miss at least like a year after this fight. Open your eyes to the truth of fact. The WBC is liable for damage. Yeah, in fact, that's what I'm saying. Like, he got to fight because fighters fight. So he's going to fight, injured or not. But there is an injury. There is an injury present. A fighter is going to fight through the pain, but there is an injury present. Broke it, broke it, and they must be punished. Then I just broke my life. Broke my life. Broke it. Gotta go hit the stove. Man, I've been rolling 2 hours. I ain't even know I've been rolling that long. Let me see what y'all did for me. I've been rolling 2 hours. I must be having. I must be feeling good, having good conversation. This is a good conversation. I'm finna give Foxy Brown a wrench. I'm finna give you a wrench, Foxy. My bad, Foxy. I'm finna give you a wrench. I'm finna give you a wrench, Foxy. Drill, my boy Drill. Shout out my boy Drill. I just got you a wrench, Foxy Brown. Appreciate you sliding through this junk. Appreciate you sliding through this junk. Showing your pretty face. I'm glad. I be so glad when the women come through because boxing don't got a lot of women. So I be glad when the women come through. I really like it, when the women come through and they talk sports with the guys. I like women that, talk sport. They can talk sports. Appreciate you sliding through this junk, Foxy. Shout out my boy Drip sliding through this junk. Appreciate you sliding through this junk, Drip. Feel like I'm a little shy. You ain't got to be shy, man. You ain't got my back. You ain't got to be shy. You ain't got to be shy. You ain't got to be shied out. This is why we must take over our boxers. They have to be protected by all means. We leave our fights to the gate. Handle these strangers in suit, constantly smiling in our faces and cheating. You ain't got to be shy, fights. Hey, I just got out of Twitter jail today. I got some topic. Okay, bet. I'm glad they gave your page back, bro. I'm glad they gave your page back, bro. What's the topic, bro? What you got? What you got? Wait. You say you got a topic for you, or you got some topics for the show? Drip, you could come on this show, Drip. You know you could come on this motherfucker. You could always know. I be telling y'all think I be playing when I say, and I'm 2 hours in now. We talking boxing. I've been here 2 hours. We didn't had a former show. We had some good talk. So we just, we in this motherfucker. This show is y'all show. This is for the people. If y'all ever feel like y'all want some shit y'all want to talk about, y'all want to come on this journey and talk, hit me up. I will give you my platform. I will come on here, bring you on this bitch, and I will go do whatever the fuck that I'm doing. And when you done, hit me back up, and I will come let you off this motherfucker. Dog, this is our show, dog. This is called a YouTube. Let me tell you this one more time. This shit is called a YouTube channel. YouTube really want you to run this bitch all day. See, Cal in the boxing section, they understand that Cal in the boxing section run his shit all day, all night. He'll come on at any time. He run this shit all the time. YouTube is a channel. It's more profitable. when you run your shit all day. They want their ass, they commercials. They want their ass and commercials playing all day. So when you run your page, you play ads and commercials for them. It's the YouTube channel. But this is our show. I need some help. I can't do this shit by myself. When I be on here, I be on here for a while because shit, I be on here trying to get my motherfucking hours up. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm the longer just essentially the longer video I do, the better it is for me, the better it is for YouTube, the better it is for everybody. You know what I mean? It's a channel though, it's a YouTube channel. 1, 2, bro. Where the fuck you been, bro? Nah, my nigga. Nah, bro. Oh, hell nah. Bro, no, my nigga. You got some explaining to do, my nigga. 1, 2. Bro. Bro. My nigga, bro. Bro. Bro, I thought, bro, don't do that, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Fool. I'm glad to see you, bro. Bro, don't do that, fool. Now I want to for real though. Bro, don't do that shit, fool. No cap, fool, bro. I'm from Memphis, bro. Like when niggas go missing like that, fool. Bro, you used to come through here every day, bro. You ain't been here in months, my nigga. On God, bro. I had to ask myself. I said, bro, I hope ain't shit happen to 1, 2, fool. Cause I know how, bro. I know how, bro. I know how she get, bro. I said, bro, I hope shit ain't happen to 1, 2, bro. I generally where Kendrick get? Kendrick here, bro. I generally now 1, 2, fool. My nigga, you got to get some social media, bro. You got to get a Twitter, an Instagram, or something, bro. You got to get something to where a nigga could reach you, type shit to be like, hey, fool, you know what I'm saying? You straight, bro? You cool? You good, fool? We need something on you, bro. For real, dog. Shout out my nigga 1, 2 PV, bro. 1, 2 PV was one of the first niggas coming through my show, dog. I used to be on this joke at 1, 2 PV, just me and him on this joke talking. One nigga in the chat, y'all. Me and him in this motherfucker arguing at 2, 3 in the morning. 11, like just on this bitch arguing, dog. Bruh. 1, 2, fool. Don't do that, fool. Fool. Okay, y'all. Okay, I'm back to the show, y'all. And then he don't even he do back Deontay. He fuck with Deontay, but Deontay not even his fighter. That's not even his fighter. He one of those dudes. He understand boxing. He get it. He understand. He a real fan first. He ain't no retard. He ain't no retard type shit. He get it. But why that ain't his fighter though? That man ass been missing, dog. But hell yeah, man. What the fuck we talking about? Before 1, 2 came back from the dead. 1, 2 then came back from the dead today. Dripper. I'm talking to Drip at. Where Drip at? I know I'm dealing with Sydney, but you said send the link in the Drip. Hold on, Drip. My bad, Drip. What's good, Demetrius? I finna send you the link, Drip. My bad, Drip. Shout out Demetrius Bright. I finna send you the link, Drip. Yep, 3 weeks, 1, 2. Shout out my nigga 1, 2 PB, man, coming back from the dead, dog. Yep, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, bro. Who you got? Who you got, 1, 2? Who you got, 1, 2? You back from the dead now. 3 weeks away, nigga. Who you got? Here it comes, Drip. Here it comes, Drip. I dropped it in the I dropped it in the check your Twitter. Check your Twitter, Drip. Check your Twitter, Drip. But hell yeah. And the heated chance, man. He guilty. He said you better say well. I think any fight Wilder is in would be 50-50 just because his power can end any fight. Yeah, true that. See, see what I'm saying? Like that's a real answer. Like that's a real. You could tell that that's a real fucking answer. Like, but Wilder ain't his fighter though. He said, "Say Wilder winning, nigga." Go say say Wilder winning, nigga. Hey, 1-2. Ghost the new nigga. I be arguing with every fucking day. It, Ghost the new nigga. Ghost the new nigga. I be arguing with every motherfucking day. Nobody said say Wilder winning, nigga. Yeah, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 from the UK, y'all. He from the UK, y'all. If y'all don't know, if I ain't mistaken, ain't you from the UK? 1-2, ain't you from the UK, bro? I think he's from the UK though, if I ain't mistaken. So y'all gotta understand, for him to be like, oh, it's a 50-50 jump. They're saying a lot for a nigga like, hey, look, ask him, y'all, ask 1-2 who his favorite hit. Look, man, this will mean 1-2 really get with the shit. Yep, from the UK. So yeah, I thought he was from the UK. What's good on Skip the Virtue also? Appreciate you sliding through this, John Brody. But UK, Nigeria, yep. He black UK. He a nigga. He a nigga, y'all. He a nigga, but he from the UK. Lennox, see, look, Lennox. See, he got Lennox. See, we argue about Lennox and Ali like, dog. We argue about shit. I'm glad you ain't say food. I'm in London throwing. Yeah, we argue about Ali because I I get flack for having Lennox my number 2 heavyweight, but I get Lennox my number 2 heavyweight. We been this bitch about the Jack over Ali Lennox number 1. He said, you Nigeria. He said 50. He said, why Nigeria too? I told you it's a boxing thing, bro. It's strictly boxing for him. 1-2, they looking for ghosts in the UK. Don't see it. He did this chat fun. Yeah, 1-2. I kinda turned up a little bit since last time you came, bro. I didn't turn up just a little bit, bro. We won't be in this motherfucker just shooting the shit no more. We won't be in this just shooting the shit no more. I ain't done shit. I ain't done shit for real though. I ain't done shit, but these my people. These my people 1-2. Hey y'all, I'm telling y'all, 1-2 been here for a long time, y'all. This might have been here for a long time. I ain't doing shit that 1-2. Did you see some ass when you came in 1-2? Or you want them premium niggas too? But I peeped that I still get paid for premium some kind of way. I don't even get premium, but I still get paid from premium some kind of way. So I guess the premium people, maybe the premium people, you said you at 1-3 now, you going a lot, bro. Appreciate that 1-2. Maybe the premium people coming through here for a certain amount of time give me money too, but some kind of way I do make money out of YouTube Premium, but I have never used it, don't get it. Don't encourage y'all to get it because I won't try to wash my ass when I come in. Appreciate y'all good folks. Drip.
Yes, sir.
What's good,
Good to be free, my nigga. God damn.
Yeah, man.
That bitch ass
Drip.
nigga Bobby had me in the house acting crazy.
Yeah. My
You
nigga Drip
feel me?
too.
All
And
right,
again,
talk about it.
yeah. I'm gonna thank you
Yeah,
live,
she
Drip.
got the R man tee, the shirt that the
Shout
fight that
out our
never
man.
happened.
We need to make our man fall through.
Yeah, wait, we probably gotta wait a couple hours for that nigga to wake up.
Yeah. Now that nigga just liked he liked the link when I dropped it.
Oh, he need to come on. He need to jump on here.
He might be at the gym tonight. That nigga leaving the gym now and shit. So he might be at the
Yeah,
gym.
he trying to get in shape.
Yeah,
We
he got
gotta
a
get
house
like
and shit.
him.
You're right. He got a house and
We
shit.
gotta,
I be going, but not quite like, all right, I go every single day. You know what I mean? So
once
yeah.
I get my membership back, consistent, I'm gonna be flexed up like Art. I'm gonna be flexed up like that nigga. He be talking about he weigh 160 pounds, 150 pounds and shit.
Yeah. See,
I
I'm
don't believe it.
160. I'm 170. I just ain't, I'm 61 though.
But I'm 185.
Right. You about how tall you about 5'7"?
Got 5'7". I'm shorting the bitch out of weight, fat the motherfucker now.
Lennox
That's
is
I
a great champion. Remember, Lennox was a champion of the world, just like Muhammad
Nah, we not
Ali.
talking about that right now.
There,
Nah. We
He
ain't talking
said,
about that. We finna talk about this history that's finna repeat itself.
what you talking about with Wilder?
No, not even Wilder. Let's talk
What you
about
talking
that.
about?
Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna ask you a little trip.
Come on. Hold on. Okay, come on.
You remember a year ago it was an IBF champ. The whole world thought.
I be your champ. IBF champ. The whole world thought. I feel like this getting good, Joe. I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you. I feel like this finna be good. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? It's a gym right the street from my house, go. It's literally a gym right the street from my house. Like no cap. Yo.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you bet.
All right. Like I was saying,
Let
about
me
a
see your
year
life.
ago, it was an IBF
Let me see
champion
your life.
that was supposed to lose to a franchise WBO and the WBA champion. Do you recall?
You talking about how many
Yeah.
years ago? A year ago.
Yeah.
Undisputed.
It was no. See, the other fighter, he had the WBC franchise belt, just like Canelo.
Lomo and Tio.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, everybody talk.
You talking about Canelo and Plant?
Yes, sir. Huh?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, right there. Okay, yeah, you're right, huh? IBF franchise. They still not under now Canelo got the real WBC belt right
But
there.
yeah, now,
Yeah, too.
now, but he was a franchise champion too. That nigga took that franchise belt, just not at 168. He waited till David Bena's fat ass lost the belt on the scale.
Right. I ain't fuck with that move either. Like I ain't fuck with them giving him the belt.
And what's crazy, I was about to stop talking shit about Canelo. I was finna start giving that nigga his props when he moved to 168 because Benavidez was a champ. So I'm like, shit, he gotta go see that young nigga. But then David lost the belt. Canelo said, shit, I'll take it. I'll take it. But that's besides the point.
You think
History always repeat itself. And on top of that, shit, I fuck with Canelo, but I think the world of boxing needs a new face of boxing.
let's go. I love the plant love that's going around here in the world.
I've been fucking
I
with Caleb
love
Plant,
the
bro.
plant love that's going
And
around in the
just like,
world right now.
it's a slight difference in Caleb Plant and Teofimo Lopez with the excitement of how and their style of fights. Teofimo was a knockout artist, so everybody, of course, you know what I'm saying. Lomachenko had a reason to be scared going into that fight. But what people is not giving Plant credit for is how great of a boxer he is. And the last nigga that was just a boxer, fuck knockout artist. A boxer? Come on now. And I ain't gonna lie, last night I just had to sit up and watch Canelo versus Floyd one more time. You know, fuck some highlights, the whole thing.
Bingo.
Floyd, undefeated. Floyd whooped Canelo ass. Whooped his
Floyd.
ass, and everybody like, oh, that's a green Canelo. That same Canelo never solved the puzzle. He
Bingo.
never figured out how to beat a pure boxer.
Facts. I be
Even when he
telling
fought Laura. Laura whooped his ass a little bit. They just gave that whole, you know.
yeah, I forgot to say, bro. I be telling folks Floyd cherry picks. Floyd cherry picks are champions of the world. Floyd
Nah, for
cherry
real.
picks are people y'all call the greatest fighters ever. Oscar De La
That's why.
Hoya, Canelo Alvarez. They call those cherry picks, quote unquote, for Floyd. Now face the boxing on Canelo is Wilder. Yeah, they all up there. Canelo, Wilder, them two on a different level.
All right, so the reason why I
Manny
put it
Pacquiao.
Canelo over Wilder is Canelo has fought like shit. Canelo, like AJ, has fought different champions of different eras. Like AJ fought a Klitschko. That's where he got his, that's where he got his clout from. Canelo lost to Floyd. That's where he got his clout from. Everybody was on Canelo dick like, oh, he was just too young. You know what I'm saying? That's all they were saying. Oh, he was just too young. Man, this nigga was 40 fights in.
Facts.
He defended his belt 5 times. Floyd was the 6th fight, and it was a unification of somebody moving up.
Now I ain't say over. I ain't say over. They in the same room though, Ghost. No cat life. They in the same room though. Canelo and Wilder in the same room. I can't even hold Canelo like he, a joke. They in the same room though.
He would be in the same room. I feel what you're saying, because if that Tyson Fury fight would have went any other direction, shit, Wilder would have been looking at as the best boxer on the planet. You know what I'm saying? At that point, because he would have knocked out somebody and beat somebody that was undefeated, lineal champ.
Because he, got that L on his record. He in the room. That was Wilder take over the face fight. They're done in AJ. I feel like that's what they trying to stop. Wilder becoming the undisputed face of boxing.
They trying to age him out. Hold on, give me a second.
Go ahead. Heavyweight undisputed champion of the world is undisputed of the world. You the best boxer, you the face of boxing. They trying to slow Wilder down and deter him from that shit. That's what's going on right now. But I don't think nobody over him, Ghost. But they in the same room. That's what I was saying, Ghost. This whole year, last year, Wilder fought 0 fights. There's not every headline every month. Bingo. Thanks, Ghost. But Canelo, I'm not gonna argue.
Hey, hold on, wait.
I'm not gonna argue Canelo Wilder. I'm done.
Shout out to my boy. That's why Wilder in the headlines every month still. Yeah. We keep that nigga relevant.
Is Canelo Wilder, Earl Spence Tank, Pacquiao?
I was gonna say, you want to know something crazy? Teofimo Lopez is really supposed to have way more clout than he does.
Facts.
But it just goes to show what Leonard Ellerbray and Tank be saying, and even what Floyd be saying, like, you can have the belt.
I'm not gonna argue Canelo, Ghost. I'm not arguing Canelo with you against Wilder. I'm not doing it. That's what I'm not gonna do on here. That's what I'm not gonna do on here.
I hate when niggas try to make me argue as the B side, like, but I'm not even a fan of this nigga like that.
Right, man. I'm not gonna do
the arguing points.
Like, know we keeping him relevant. He is relevant.
Hey, what you need to do? Hey, Skinny.
What's up?
What we gotta do, fam? We gotta get out the bed like 12:30, right? Get on Twitter, turn Twitter up, and then jump back on live. Nah, for real. They really been sleeping. I've been sitting back looking like, bro, y'all ain't got this whole jumping like it need to be jumping. Like, today, I'm finna turn Twitter up.
Don't get blocked.
I got a lot of topics today for they asses.
Don't get blocked again, bro. You do be having.
I'm not arguing with nobody. I swear, not really what it is. I shouldn't have said faggot. I don't know if I can say that on here, but shit, that word is the word I shouldn't have said.
Because you're not finna make me argue Wilder Canelo. It's an L. It's an L if I ever start to argue against Wilder for Canelo.
Hey, like that. Why are you trying to force this man in the?
It's an L if I ever argue Wilder Canelo. It was the L I even. It's an L I even started that conversation with you.
Yeah, you fucked up by bringing Canelo into it.
For me, it's L for me. For sure.
But hold on though. What you think about Clarissa Shields pound for pound list? You see that shit?
I'm probably didn't like what Tyson Fury being on it.
I was gonna say, where's Order Better Be? Better Be. I hate when people don't rank him.
Facts. Yep. And that's why I'm saying, Ghost, I'm not gonna argue with you because you're right, motherfucker. I'm not gonna argue with you. Why to the face? I said we said to say I'm not arguing with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. But you're right though. That's a hell of a point. That's a point for Wilder. He ain't had a fight in a year, and we talk about him every single month. That's a great fight. I mean, that's a great point. Wilder hasn't had a fight in a year, and we talk about Wilder every other day. Every day. Every other day. Hasn't had a fight. Yeah, yeah, she has. Yeah, she had. Yeah, they tore her list apart. They told her, y'all tell her list apart now. It's her list, man. Get off sis list. He said, I think she was hacked. He said she got poisoned. If I would lie with y'all young bucks, y'all read his Joe Biden, y'all don't know. Those cop, you supposed to do that, cop. Those you supposed to do, cop. I encourage that type of behavior. That's what I encourage. Did you see that is shit? I think is a disgrace. Yeah, 1-2, man. That shit is a disgrace. Valdez failed the test, then wins the rivalry. Like that kind of shit that makes me hate boxing sometimes. Yep. He clearly got outbeat, and that's why I got Corn Sink out in the photo. That's basically what we was getting at on this John 1-2. So we can get back to boxing now. We can get back to boxing now. The Floyd Mayweather effect, like he clearly outboxed that man. And what they say after they said he won. Oh, he ran, he showboated. You know what I mean? All that other shit. And he got the dude, he made dude look silly. Look at Valdez's face. Look at Corey Sinkow face. The story tells you everything that you need to know. You know what I mean? So Michael Fox the same way. I feel like they trying to deter a bunch of people, a group of people away from fighting a certain way because they're not gonna get rewarded to win. Statue, yeah, he got a statue. Valdez getting sued by WBC. They breached the Fighter Protection Act. There's clearly biased behavior and more. Let's go. Still did the fakes of boxing. That's what not spoke of because she's done what no male fighter has done. Yes, yeah, she in the she up. She should be bigger. That's we need justice for this. She should be much, much, much bigger. She should be the biggest star cop. She should be no cap cop. He is suing the WBC and the commission in Valdez. Yeah, them facts. They broke the clean athlete rule that set out, and for that they go pay. Statue or cheater. Yeah, he might got a statue. Then let you furthermore know that that fight was kind of fixed because now it's starting to make sense, right? He popped dirty, they still let him fight. Like, damn, they just gonna let the man fight and he pop dirty. He got into the fight, got beat up, and they still let him win. Like, damn, they gonna let this man pop dirty and still win the fight. Boom, they dropped the statue. That's why y'all did all this shit. Because that statue was already made, and y'all need this fight to go on. Y'all needed him to win. That's why y'all allowed him to take PEDs. That's why y'all allowed him to get the decision, even though he lost, because y'all built that fucking statue, and that show had to go on. Y'all didn't want to build him a statue for no reason. And he lost the fucking belt. Fucking goofies. Y'all caught. Get that man his fucking belt. Don't take him out the rankings. Strip his belt. Take him out the rankings. Sit him down for a year. How long Big Baby been there? Sit him down for a year. Sit him down for 2 years. However the fuck you want to do it. But something needs to happen. He got to lose that belt. Benavidez lost his belt for cocaine. He got to lose his motherfucking belt. Benavidez got a case. Billy Joe Saunders lost his belt for the exact same thing that Valdez let him fight for. Billy Joe Saunders got a case. I don't even fuck with Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders got a case. Y'all can't let Valdez do that and not let A and B do that. This fat rivalry was just embarrassing. That's right, yo. We ain't letting nothing slide. She'll sign with Sky Sports in the UK now. They can't have Wilder running around defeated, especially as the active heavyweight champion. You see, they can't have Wilder running around, right? How dare you let Wilder be undefeated and have a claim for the greatest ever? I would have friended, but she needs to change their list. I ain't like Tyson Fury. Everything else I don't even care about. I just don't like Tyson Fury being on it. She is the biggest. That's why I keep her name out of their mouth. Fact. Until that makes sense. Until He changed the list. I'm not supporting. Nah, I ain't gonna go that far. Oh shit. Oh shit. Suleiman in the WBC full of ish. Goes we have the list. Goes we have to list, not her. They need to let Big Baby fight. Big Baby ain't no more dirty than anyone else. He just doesn't time. Man, hey, listen to this though. Listen to this. They need to let Big Baby fight. Big Baby ain't no more dirty than anyone else. He just doesn't time his cycles properly. Facts, bro. He get caught early in the cycle. Valdez got caught washing the shit out. Big Baby just trash with the steroids. He a rookie. What Fox you say? I see the money WWE footage. Oh yeah. I like Big Baby. He's good for boxing. Imagine Big Baby versus Fury, Wild or White. Bitter would be insane. Yeah. I'm Bond Squad. This is family. No one safe. Facts. Oscar Valdez should be stripped, but I don't think he should be suspended if it wasn't performance enhancer. But I be sounding like Tyson Fury with how much I switch up on controversial opinions. Shut up, Vivi. Shut up, Vivi sliding through this junk. Oscar Valdez should be a strip, but I don't think he should be suspended if it wasn't performance enhancer. Uh, he gotta be suspended, bro. Did they suspend Billy Joe? Billy Joe got suspended. Did Benavidez get suspended for cocaine? I don't know. Did Billy Joe get suspended for his? Billy Joe did the exact same thing that Valdez did. Did Billy Joe get suspended is the question. The real question is, did Billy Joe get suspended? If Billy Joe got suspended, then Valdez got to get suspended. And to the point that 1-2 said, to the point that 1-2 made, they all was doing what Big Baby was doing. They just get caught earlier in the cycle. Like they all was doing what Pascal was doing. They just get caught earlier in the cycle. My bad, y'all. I'm finna share my video one time. Again, I appreciate y'all good folks sliding through. If y'all haven't, could y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. I'm finna share my video. Appreciate y'all sliding through though. But this topic brought up a lot of good shit. Y'all trying to make me slide the shit, I ain't gonna do it. I went to VV page and dropped the most controversial pound for pound list. I gotta go look at this shit, Ghost. Valdez will lose. A lot of fans keep watching. Got them all mad. I still didn't know. I gotta see. Yeah, Valdez I realized I found some real shit. I gave Valdez a major shout out. I gave Valdez major credit. I apologize to Valdez for doubting him on my Southern T because I picked him to lose against Burchell. And he wasn't there and he beat Burchell impressively. I said that on my Southern T. I was highly impressed with Valdez because I thought he was trash until he did it to Burchell. But now I'm thinking that maybe he was on that shit against Burchell too. You know what I mean? So I don't know. The the jury is out on Valdez and it's yet to be seen. We know he a cheater. He been caught cheating once, so he a cheater. So that's in the books. So now we gotta see what he do from here. Type shit. So he already lost a fan. And me, he gained a fan. He lost one just as quick. He gained a fan. His fight before last. In the last fight, he lost one. My notification Floyd this morning, though that dude was fierce. Valdez fan base already draw you in fact. Should be out of 5. Real top bill should be out of 5. But boxing got something to fight. Yeah, facts. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, facts though, they really do. Well, y'all ain't got to hold on just. Well, facts though, they really do. We got like a 2-month period or some live ass fights though. Start with AJ Usyk next week. Be real. AJ Usyk next week. Start with that jump. But we got some live fights coming up though. That's if they all happen like they're supposed to, because I remember we did this shit before, and most of them motherfucking fights got canceled. And that wasn't just too long ago. That was like July and shit like that. And all the fights got canceled. Cool Boy Fulton just got Cool Boy Cool Boy Fulton and Brandon Figueroa just got canceled. Shit. I mean, we were supposed to get Wilder and play right after each other. That shit got canceled. I remember a lot of shit been getting canceled. So we gonna let these jumps pop off. AJ about to fight. That's good for AJ. So shit, we gonna let AJ pop off. And Valdez on my each list and get his ass whooped. Oscar Valdez, number 10 on my pound for pound list until he tested positive for amphetamine. Yeah, he was never my pound for pound though, but I definitely think Valdez was on some shit against Bertrand Facts. In my opinion, the whole and also count on something. Man, man, it's hard to look, they having these amazing transformations and shit. They getting caught and they having amazing transformations. So they should just coincide with one another, is all I'm saying. Listen, y'all, if we did a real pound for pound list without heavyweights, the Richard Sears at the top of the list. Don't forget her, Stevenson. Yeah, facts. Vivian, who you got in that fight? Roxy Valdez got outboxed badly last weekend. No woman's anywhere near the pound for pound list. My young king superior. My young super. My young king superstar Shakur said, Vivi Shakur is in a dangerous fight. Yeah, fast cop. You can't tell Vivi that. You can't tell Vivi that, cop. You can't tell Vivi that, cop. They look at I ain't black. They look at I ain't black after this. I shouldn't have put Josh on there either. You fucked up. I only did it for arguments. I'm sorry about your mentions. Yeah, let me look at that junk. That's what I supposed to be looking at. Let me see what the hell you talking about, Ghost. Do you know all that? Yeah, fuck no, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't the best list, but it's her opinion though. No, a lot of people don't think my list is good. A lot of people don't think a lot of people list good. But it is what it is. I just didn't like Tyson Fury. That's all. That was my only problem. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't have a problem with nothing else. Shout out Anthony Norwood for sliding through this Anthony Norwood. I don't know, this your first time sliding through Anthony Norwood? It's kind of hard to stay clean when you got all these new killers out here with Javante Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Charlie Buzz, Deontay Wilder, them some real killers. Man, see, they clean. It ain't that hard, brother Norwood. I know what you're saying, brother Norwood. Them folks just now you gotta go in there and take the L. You either gotta be real, say I'm not gonna fight them, take the L, bro. It is what it is. You can't win, you win some, you lose some. Shout out Anthony Norwood coming through. This your first time coming through, Anthony? I don't think I seen you before, Ant. I've only watched her once against Frampton. He was super impressive, looks real big for that weight. Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. Look the way I see it going, Shakur going to come out boxing, Jamel going to try to scrap a bit. Shakur going to either enter the cage, and Jamel going to realize, damn, this dude can fight inside too and be terrified. I think Jamel, I think Jamel might get stopped in the late rounds by a body shot. Shakur don't win. Why UD? Them some real killers. You got to be on something to go against that within right. That was the argument. Listen, that ain't my list. Yeah, I know. VVP and Shakur because of boxing with foot and hand speed. I think Valdez got beat. Foxy, Foxy Brown, Valdez for sure got beat last week. Sister, you ain't got to put no think behind that. That man got beat. Did you see that man's face? Did y'all see that man's face? That man's face was terrible, y'all. The face tell you the whole story. Corn Sincow versus Valdez looked like a Winky Wright rob. That's what it looked like when Winky Wright used to get robbed. It used to look just like that. Again, I appreciate y'all sliding through this. Y'all had me in here 2 hours and 55 minutes. And I done had 2 hours and 55 minutes of a real solid show. So I appreciate everybody that came and liked the video and all that good stuff. I'm still in this junk cooking though. And the Norwood salute, brother. I've always trained for perfection, and it worked when I was an amateur. I'm picking up Shakur because he's the best fighter walking on this planet. Don't forget Turnsburg Crawford. That's the best in the world. Bud, I honestly I do think Bud is one of the best fighters in the world. I think he's one of the best fighters in the world for sure. Honestly, I do think Bud Crawford is one of the best fighters in the world. No cap, I really do. I do. I have my problems with Bud and all that good shit, but I do think he's one of the best fighters in the world. No, was y'all watching those body shot that slow Valdez up in the face they took like that? Is it just me or have the robberies been getting more frequently, bro? I said the same thing this year, bro. And I don't even necessarily think it's been getting necessarily more frequently. You know what I think? I think we more so paying more attention. It's we making it a bigger issue. These folks been robbing us. We just had a blind eye. We ain't been really seeing it. I think more people are seeing it. Now, some people have been seeing it, but I think more people are seeing it type shit. You know what I mean? Some people been seeing it longer than others, but I think more eyes are watching. I think more eyes are on it now type deal. Is it happening more frequently, one, two? That's the question I ask myself too, one, two. Is it happening more frequently or are more eyes just on the bullshit that's always been going on? Because they always been doing this cheating ass shit. We were just talking about Pernell Whitaker earlier, right? They always been doing this other sort, you know. And black fighters not the only fighters that get cheated, but it is a high frequency of black fighters. It seems like to be getting cheated is all I'm saying. And that's just me going from off what's recently happened with Michael Fox. You know, going off what recently happened with Corn Sinkow. And to maybe a lesser degree with Rigondeaux. But it could be with Rigondeaux. They just didn't drilled in my head so much that Rigondeaux, you know, is a boring fighter. Maybe now I most definitely feel like Rigondeaux won that fight. But it's hard for me to call all these fights robberies when Michael Fox and Corey Sinkow got robbed so heavy. You know what I mean? Rigondeaux, you know, got robbed to a lesser degree, but a robbery is a robbery nonetheless. Rigondeaux got robbed under the Floyd Mayweather effect. Corey Sinkow and Michael Fox got robbed under the Floyd Mayweather thing, and like they completely dominated their opponent. You could argue Rigondeaux did this, did that, you know what I mean? But Corey Sinkow and Michael Fox to a high degree wasn't even close by a long shot. Like it wasn't close by a long shot. Stevenson going to have a hard time. I think he wins. Foxy Brown says Stevenson going to have a hard time, but I think he wins. Ghost Barnacle, I said it ain't that they're getting more frequent people are paying more attention. I think they can do this smoothly because they've been doing it for a long time. They think they can do this smoothly because they've been doing it for a long time. It's usually on Showtime, Fox, and Max on. Now, VV. Now, VV. The last two have been. You got to think about the robberies. Jeff Horn. Uh, it be more so WBA and WBC are Mexican sanctions, and it be on Top Rank. It be a black fighter most of the time. The mold be by the sanctioning bodies. It be a WBC worker. It be a WBA worker. It don't be the networks. It don't be Fox and Showtime. It be the organizations that be having the 15. The network just put it on TV. That's all they do. The network display it to us. The network's not in on it. It's the organizations. It's not the network. It's the WBA. It's the WBC. WBC is known for bullshit boxing, making real facts. Facts. Take down, not tell you, take down, use the jab lights out. Take kill that man. Yeah, facts. About weeks married with Triple G and Canelo won the draw. That's the Robert. There are men I can name. Yeah, yeah. As in Birds go 118, 1 for Canelo. They gonna get robbed this fight. Got loads of fights proud. Two Jazz said the overhand right. He was doing it the whole fight. Ringo, in my opinion, won, but it's better for boxing that he lost. He can't keep fighting like that. They're just not going to bring in any new fans. 1-2. The thing is, if a fighter win the fight, 1-2, he got to win the fight. Whether it's boring to you or not is your opinion. I don't think it was boring. He made a fan of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm already a fan of him. You know what I mean? He won the fight. You know what I mean? It was to a lesser degree. He got robbed than Fox and Cohen Sinkai. I would say that. But Rigondeaux did get robbed to a lesser degree. But he won that fight. And you can't, you gotta give him his victory, bro. It might not have been appealing to you or appealing to the eye or appealing to, a lot of people, maybe, to a lot of people. And it maybe was appealing to a lot of people. But if a fighter wins a fight, then the fighter is supposed to win the fight, bro. He won more rounds than he lost. You know what I mean? The dude missed hella punches. He had better percentages. The dude only landed 3 more punches, and he threw like 70 more punches. Rigondeaux most definitely could have been more active, but like you said, shit, I feel like he won. Triple G beat Canelo the first fight, right? It just jumped on me. Hold on. I said this on Armor Trainer that shit could go on the major mail, which he's bro. How is Robin? You messed up, Vivi. Has Robin one of the all-time greats better for boxing with good commentary? Ringo says. Ringo been selling. Go to high school, kid. Go to high school, kid. Show them what Ringo did and show Triple Judge I won't do Ringo. No one likes getting hit. Everyone likes looking cool. Top rankings do just strictly WBO. So maybe the others should get it together. Yeah, Joe Smith lost. Joe Smith lost his last fight too. Since I know you work for Top Rank. And Manny Pacquiao and Tim Bradley didn't beat Manny Pacquiao. Jeff Horn didn't beat Manny Pacquiao. I'm pretty sure Pernell got robbed on Top Rank. Most of the fights back in the day, all them robberies and shit, happened on Top Rank. You know what I mean? Top Rank been doing this shit, Vivi. I think I'm finna shoot you, Vivi. I think I'm finna shoot you real quick, Vivi. Because you making me talk about Top Rank, and I don't want to talk about Top Rank. It's not what I'm doing on here today. Well, I did mention Top Rank. I might not shoot you, Vivi, because guess why, Vivi? Because Top Rank fucked over Floyd, too. Let's talk about Floyd Mayweather and Top Rank. Let's talk about Floyd Mayweather until we talk about corruption. We talking about corruption, right? Boom. What did Top Rank tell you about their own employee, Floyd Mayweather? Let's compare Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Bud Crawford with Top Rank. And why a lot of people feel like that Floyd Mayweather probably should lose tie rank real quick. Since we talking about the Floyd Mayweather effect, how was the Floyd Mayweather effect born? How was it brought into existence? Top rank. People, the same people have been controlling the fight for decades. You talking about the last two fights, VV. You talking about the last two fights, VV. You talking about two fights. You talking about two fights, VV. We just named you 5, 6 fights throughout history. I just told you Joe Smith lost. The same people been controlling this shit for decades, VV. Ringo didn't count that much. Yeah, that's true. That's the pride. Look at all Ringo fights. He made the pay when they missed the last fight. He attempted the free counts. He just made a misdead move. Yeah, he did that a little too much. Effective aggression isn't called attacking. It's smart effective fight. What I'm saying is Ringo won, but not enough for the win because they didn't want him to win. Yeah, he ain't do enough to leave no doubt at all. So they was like, fuck it, if we can rob him, we finna go and rob him. Yeah, so they robbed him. I'm reluctant to call Ringo a robbery because of the way that they robbed goddamn Fox and Coin Sink out so hard. Everybody they just like that was a blatant robbery. Like there was a blatant robbery. Like I couldn't believe how they straight up did that shit though. Like they straight up just they didn't care at all. They were just like we can clearly see. Like we know y'all can see that we robbing them, but we gonna rob them anyway because who gives a fuck? This shit got stopped though, but that's why we got to keep bringing attention to this fuck shit. See, Vivi coming here with the diversion. Vivi coming here with the diversion. We got to keep bringing attention to this fuck shit and keep bringing light to it. You know what I mean? Vivi coming here with the diversion all the time. I got lost in the chat, y'all. Ringo want to fight clear, but they don't like our science thing. It doesn't matter. They don't want him to win anyway. It wouldn't matter if he landed 509 more punches. Not enough for the wins. Excuse everyone loves pudding. Did you see the fight Robson just had this, which I wanted Ringo to throw like my Robson, yeah, like he beat the ass. Like, he beat dude ass. Really, if Ringo could have threw like bro, really was literally like bro, 10, 20 more punches away from winning that fight outright type shit. It's a lesser. I'm saying it's a lesser degree because he like those other guys clearly inflicted more punishment than Ringo. That's the only reason I'm saying Ringo to a lesser degree, but it's a robbery nonetheless. It's a robbery nonetheless. I bet y'all. But shit, y'all, I'm finna go. I'm finna catch some of these games. I've been on here shit 3 hours. Now I know I'm only do an hour or two. I've been on this joint 3 hours. I'm finna go get me something to eat. I'm finna watch these games. I appreciate everybody that came through this joint. I might do one later tonight. I might not, but I'm finna watch these games and then I'm gonna get then I'm gonna get going. But I appreciate everybody that came through this job. Make sure y'all check out the 17s. I've been saying I'm gonna drop some videos for about 3 days ago. Now I ain't dropped shit. I'm gonna try to get y'all some videos today. I got some good ones. I got some some good topics. That I've been wanting to hit on. And I really just been being lazy. I've been kind of moving a lot lately. So, but I got to get back on my shit. I'm glad 1-2 Pivot came back from the deal. 1-2 Pivot ain't been here for a minute. I'm glad to do the live. Dude, you got to get you some social media or something. Kendrick the GOAT didn't come through. But me and Kendrick been asking about you for a second, bro. No cap. They want y'all in this junk cooking. Y'all in this junk cooking, though. This shit crazy. Y'all still going hard. Y'all still going. I feel bad. I feel bad. Y'all still in this junk going hard, though. But I know y'all probably want to get out and watch the games and shit. Y'all probably got some shit going this good Saturday. I'm finna get busy myself. But I appreciate everybody coming through this joint, Skinny Hardaway 7T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But it's the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love again. If y'all haven't liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Anthony Joshua Alexander Usyk coming up. I'm gonna drop my fight prediction and breakdown. At the top of the week. I got I'm gonna bring in my new series. It's called Rob the Bookie. I'm bringing the Rob the Bookie series starting Monday with Monday Night Football. I'm gonna make my bets. I'm gonna make my fight bets. I'm gonna make my football bets. Basketball season start back. I'm gonna make my basketball bets too. Every Monday, I'm gonna do something called Rob the Bookie, and I'm gonna give y'all my actual, picks that I'm actually making myself, picks that I actually would make myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna break them down and all that good stuff. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it in the live stream yet or I'm gonna do it in the video. I gotta decide. Not really sure. I think I might try like the first one in the live stream, second one in the video, or the first one in the video, second one in the live stream, or whatever. But I'm going to be introducing a new series called Rob the Bookie. I'm going to do it every Monday. I'm going to get all y'all my gambling picks and stuff. And if y'all want to, somehow get involved with it, involved with the show, anything, any ideas y'all got, feel free to hit me up and all that good stuff. But that's all I got. Skin Hardaway 7T. Again, this ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.